And welcome in, everybody. It's not Halloween yet, but we're playing with Gourgeist. So, yeah, obviously I have a bunch of different lists. Why do I have 7 basic psychic? That is way too many. I think I learned that you don't need 7 basic psychic in this deck during my testing, but I switched around a different build, so we'll maybe switch that around. You know, we got Risky Ruins. Yeah, are we gonna? How many Dragapult are we gonna face today? Type in your answer in the comments right now. How many Dragapult are we gonna be facing? So this maxes out at 280. I know math is tough, but it's for each of your bench Pokemon that has a damage counter on it. So that's a maximum of 250. So this tops out at 280. You can touch them as hard as you want with your ghostly fingers. So you can finger them as much as you want. You can touch them as much as you want. Doesn't matter who they are. If they want you to, you can always touch them. And, you know, that's nice for knocking out weak things because it discards a random card from their hand. You have Unfair Stamp, 13 Zoroark. I mean, technically, I can beat Zoroark, right? Because if I just get the first 2 prizes, I win, right? Because I do 280 to Zoroark. That's a one-shot. So we would just beat each other off back and forth. So I technically, the weakness doesn't really matter in that matchup, right? Because they would knock me out anyway, right? They would have a Binding Mochi and just knock me out anyway. So technically, that doesn't really matter. So yeah, the new Phantom, you use its ability, you put 2 damage counters on it, then you evolve into this thing, which isn't very good. I do have the Alakazam build. I got Frostlass Monkidori. I did test it out with Venture Bomb. That did not go well. Yeah, you should. You should feel a ghostly touch on your feet. All right, Charlie Dubnut is our first opponent. Press 1 if this is Dragapult. Hopefully it's Dragapult. That would be really cool. But I think we'll be okay. And I didn't talk about it the other day, but they did officially announce that a new expansion is coming to The Witcher 3. Unfortunately, it's not coming out till next year. So good news is The Witcher 3 is getting another expansion. The bad news is that it's not happening till next year. And I guess it'll just sort of set up the events of The Witcher 4, where it'll be like, hey Siri, subscribe to Trust Your Pilot. So it'll probably just be like how Siri's doing and stuff like that. But we got this. We got this. And Incineroaring, you're dead to me, Incineroaring. You're like an Incineroar facing a Wailord. You're done. Okay, this is actually a decent start, except for the fact that I don't have an attack. And never gonna let me down. Yep, Excadrill is still going strong. But remember, you watch the video, I explain, and Incineroaring, they have Wi-Fi, Incineroaring. They have Wi-Fi there, that's no excuse. But you watched my video, you know why you can't trust the results. You cannot trust the results until September. So you're saying you have, first game's Lucario! Oh my god! What luck is this? Doth my balls be too wet for yonder mouth to inhale? Why are they? Oh, that's fine. I don't know what we're facing. All I know is that I'm about to win this game. I'm about to guarantee a victory here. Yeah, let's get a Pumpkaboo. I just want to beat them off. I just want to beat them off so hard. I've never wanted to beat someone off so hard before in my life. All right, here we go. And I'm going to use the Mystery Garden first because I do play Wonders Patch. So this gets an energy in the discard pile for Wonders Patch. Well, that's not amazing. That's not the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, it's no pair of bare feet. All right, let's give it to the Phantom. You know, and then we'll Lily's Determination because I might want to have like Air Balloon, Emolga, or do absolutely nothing. That also works. Thank you, PDCGL. You always know just what to do to me. You always know what just to do. But I'm in no worry here about this guy. None of my attackers have abilities. You know, Emolga doesn't have an ability. Gourgeist doesn't have an ability. Oh, what the hell are they playing? Okay, so they're playing some wacky shenanigans here. They're playing Lucario Terra Box, maybe? So the way that this works is that Lucario can accelerate the fighting energy to anybody. So you probably think, oh, Lucario can only pass the fighting to fighting Pokemon. No, Lucario can accelerate the fighting energy to anybody. It just has to be fighting energy. All right. Well, I'm not putting this in the YouTube video. That they're playing this slow off the top. I already know this ain't going in the video. So never gonna let me down. The reason you can't trust the results in Japan is because shitty leagues are not happening. There is no city leagues happening until September, so it's just gym battles, which are by far the worst. Okay. Not sure I would have done that, but you know, to each their blown. So you can't trust them. There's no way in shape or form where that's gonna make sense. Okay, that's cool. Why? I don't know why. I honestly have no clue why City League shut off for like the summer. You know, I wish I did know, but I don't know. All right, so can I take the knockout? The answer is no. I cannot take the knockout right now because PDCGL decided to be a butt face. All right, well, I know they're not doing anything this turn, so I guess I just Skywave. Sure, because I have 4 Phantom, and I have an Iris for next turn. Everyone's damage. I love that. The Amination. So yeah, I don't know why they shut off for the summer. I guess it's to be like kids don't want to play Pokemon cards in summer, maybe. I don't know. And thank you. I know. But yeah, so it's just gym battles, which are the worst. So it's not really a believable meta. Like I know Extra Drill is playable, but we're literally like one Cerule Edge player realizing that everyone's playing Extra Drill away from the world ending, right? As soon as somebody realizes that Extra Drill is good, then they'll just start playing Cerule Edge. So then Metang will just play more Metagross. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see. I still believe in Extra Drill. I wanted to be more excited about Extra Drill when it was first revealed. I wanted to be like, oh, damn, this card's actually really good, and people should definitely play it. But the problem is that, you know, we just got Mega Halucha, and we just had Mega Floette, and, you know, I knew all these cards were coming that were terrible. You know, Mega Dragalogy, Mega Gallade. I knew all these cards were not going to be good. So I was like, oh, well, obviously they don't care about Megas, and there's no point getting excited about a Mega. Little did I know, I should have believed. But I will get a... Oh my god, seriously. You're not taking a knockout unless you play with your PP. Okay, you're playing with your PP as hard as possible. You can chill, bro. Chill playing with your PP for a second. Ah, man. All right, well, let's go get some more... Here's some more dudes. All right, so I'm doing... Currently not enough, right? I think I'm currently short of taking a KO, and I have to take a KO this turn, so I have to go Colress for Frisky Ruins, and then this. And then immediately Risky Ruins, Telepathic. All right, so now I take the knockout, and then they have no backup attackers, which is very good for us. You know, look at all this gas. I was about to lose this game. Look how much gas I have. I have so much gas, I'm floating off my chair right now. All right, so let's go. Yeah, we, horrifying Ronda Rousey. And 1, 2, 3, and then they'll special red card me and I'll hate my life. It'll be great. But I don't think they can take a knockout this turn, can they? Yeah, I think the most they can do is put 70 damage on me, and then that's about it. Yes, Witcher 3 expansion next year. That's really cool. Titty Mountain is fine. I thought there was something else. Oh, yeah, Monday. I think I talked about this last stream. Monday, we're going to know all the cards in the 30th anniversary set, or they're going to do some sort of reveal about the 30th anniversary set. My guess is that it's just going to be like celebrations where it's 30 new cards, and then the 30 Pikachu will be in the extra set. But, like, we know we're getting past cards as well because they showed them off. But are we getting reprints of old? It's so up in the air. Like if it's like celebrations, half the set will be brand new standard lethal cards. The other half will just be unplayable tournament unlethal reprints. But I think the Pokebeach story said that. Okay, I wouldn't put that down. I think the Pokebeach story said we're getting every card is going to be a holo. So that's really good, is that if every card in the set is a holo. Not sure. Okay. Then it's not going to be better. It's Monday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time. All right. Well, this is pretty cool. Let's go. Morty's Conviction. I get to get rid of a card from their hand. They're kind of just hanging on right now by a thread. And then let's go Pokepad. Let's just thin everybody out of the deck if we can. So it'll be Monday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, I guess I want to go telepathic to this guy. Probably just want to save everything. And then touch them all ghostly like, but let's do that. I would assume that it still will be, right? I think Celebrations will still be the number one, because don't forget, we hit the Lucario. Because don't forget is that if there's more cards, that's harder to farm, right? Because you essentially have to start from 0. You know, we know that they're all holos. We know, it's a smaller set size. So I can see why people would think that if every card is a holo, but if it's going to have a bigger set size, then even if it's slightly better, it's still not worth it unless you're a brand new player. But even then, it'll take longer in the long run. Even if there's 10 extra cards, 5 in each subset, 5 in the main set, 5 in the subset, even if it's 10, that is bad. Yeah, and that'll be very interesting because they have done battle passes for special sets in the past. But there's a chance they might not do one for this one if it's only like 30 cards, because they might do like a battle pass, but it'll be like a past battle pass. Because they did that 2 years. Did they do the Prismatic Evolutions where they gave us like, oh, here's a Charizard deck and here's a Dragapult deck instead of, anything? Shrouded Fable, yeah. So they did, but that Shrouded Fable still had like 75 cards in it. If the 30th anniversary set has 30 cards, that's like, and it's like Celebrations, it's not really going to have a theme. It's just going to be like a random cards. So yeah, we'll wait until Monday. Hopefully it's a full reveal and not just like, oh, here's 10 cards and then we'll do 10 cards a week. Hopefully it's like the full thing. And we basically know for a fact. All right. I'm just going to ghostly touch you again. Okay. Let's go Colress's Thickacity, I guess. Let's attach to the little pump. And then I want to, yeah, I guess attach that there. Like, what's the... I mean, I think the smart thing is to boss the Riolu. Right? If I'm being smart, I think that's the smart play here. Because obviously that's what they're trying to build up to be able to attack with Lucario. And then if they stamp me or they red card me at the worst time, then I just lose. And Gaz, thank you for the sub. Oh, you've made a terrible mistake. You've given me all your money. And I'm going to use that for dastardly deeds. But yeah, we're very close to 100 subs again, triple digits. And 50 levels. Well, yeah, now we're at 100, so who knows what they're going to do. But Gaz, I appreciate the money. If you haven't used your Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime because you wanted to watch The Boys, or you wanted to watch Invincible season 4, which was the best season since season 1, and you have Prime Video and you haven't used your free sub on a streamer, you should definitely use it on the Pokemon TCG Twitch channel, because you get absolutely nothing for doing it. It's great. If you want to waste your money, there's only one thing you can do more than wasting your money on me, is by wasting it on a channel that gives you nothing in return. And never let me down. That's perfect. And Oppenheimer, the dungeon is in your mind. You got to imagine what I'm doing to you. You got to imagine the chains on you and the hot wax dripping down your body. That's what you got to do. Oh man, I was so excited when I saw Lucario. I'm like, we're gonna get off to a great start. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and then immediate regret. I thought I'd have no regrets, but I got several regrets. And shinies are okay. I'm never gonna buy cards, like especially the Pokemon Company. If you didn't see the news, the Pokemon Company hates graded cards as well. Okay, Adris, probably just something really old. Are they just gonna try and stall me out? Do you not realize that I'm better than you? I'm higher in the food chain. All right, well, this is gonna be funny. Do you want to see something funny and it doesn't require you to look in the mirror? I can prevent them from doing the thing. All right, so let's evolve just in case. We'll go Frisky Ruins. So this is really funny. Is Cursed Toots means they can't attach energy to Lucario. It means they can't do it. But yeah, I would never buy PSA graded cards unless they're a 10. Like you might say, oh, a PSA 8 or a PSA 9 might appreciate in value, and people sometimes just want a PSA graded card. But I would only ever get a 10. I like my graded cards like I like my women, only perfect 10s. If their age doesn't start with a 1, I'm not interested. And heartbeats, I don't care about regionals because it's last format. So it's kind of funny. Okay, Leah, I would buy that in every grade. But no, the funny thing is, okay, I don't know what you're doing. That's what I just said, Incineroaring. That's what I just finished saying. Okay, you take the knockout, then you immediately concede? But I just find it hilarious that it's last format for Indianapolis, and literally the day after Indianapolis finishes, well, less than 24 hours after Indianapolis finishes, we'll know 3 sets in the future. Because it's a perfect order tournament in Indianapolis today, and then it's Chaos Rising, Pitch Black, then 30th anniversary. So we will you imagine finishing a perfect order tournament, and then the next day you find out 3 sets in the future. And never let me down. Oh, I meant like as an investor, like you're a reseller, like you're trying to, get people, you're trying to trick people into, giving you money, and you can beat them off and it's fun and stuff. Oh, you were right. So this is absolutely hilarious. We just had this discussion where people were like, "Oh, you're gonna face 0 Dragapult and just Zoroark today." And I kind of had a retort about this where it's actually not the worst matchup in the world to face this deck, because Zoroark has 280 hit points. Gourgeist tops out at 280 damage. So I'm not really worried about this. It's realistically, if I can take 1 knockout with 1, single prizer, or if I can, take 2 knockouts before they do anything, or if I can knock out a Lopunny, which I definitely can't do, we have a chance. So this is going to take thinking, which is obviously where I struggle. But if I can figure this out, we'll be okay. There's not really a reason to attack with the Trevenant. The problem is, okay, that's perfect. I was hesitant to put the Mystery Garden down. The problem here, oh, okay. Well, I can just evolve and then retreat, right? Because I think Trevenant is retreatable. But that's still a little annoying. Though, is that... I'm trying to think. They're going to have ones... Punk Helmet! Okay, was not expecting a Punk Helmet. All right, this is fine. This is fine. I'd really like a I'd really like a Mulga. This is perfect. Okay, so... I feel like I can't put the Gourgeist into play yet, but I can't retreat, so I'm gonna need some help here. I think putting the Gourgeist down is a bad idea. I don't want to waste a telepathic just to draw one card. I got Trevenant. What's your retreat cost? 3? That's fine. I will take a 3 retreat cost. I have another Pumpkaboo. All right, so I want you to be able to retreat, which you can do, and then we have Emolga, so they'll knock out the Emolga next turn. And then I think I go for a Pumpkaboo. The problem is what if they have it like that, right? What if they just have everything they need? So I know they're going to take the knockout, so I think I have to put Shaman down. They're going for the knockout. I have to put Shaman down. And this is actually really good. The Punk Helmet is actually helping me, which is really funny. The Punk Helmet's going to help me, but again, I'm going to have to take a knockout with Trevenant at some point. And Overwhelming Pain is currently taking a KO against many things. Oh, if they just have to Cypher Maniac, we're golden. If they're just using Cypher Maniac, I'm feeling frisky. Forget Risky Ruins, I'm feeling some frisky ruins. Yeah, because they don't have a Zoroark, so I imagine they probably put, like, Lily's Zoroark or Zoroark Lilies or something. Okay, this is interesting. It really sucks that the air balloon is on the Trevenant. I really don't... Actually, no, I can't do anything. I have to take the knockout with the Gourgeist. This just didn't work out in my favor. I think that's the easiest way of saying this, is this just did not work out in my favor. All right, so that's going to go there. And then Gourgeist, Evolve. I don't need the Patrat unless they show me a monkey, but I want to just go get a Pumpkaboo and a Phantump. Or maybe, no, double Pumpkaboo? Double Pumpkaboo, double Pumpkaboo. Because we got the Shaman, we're safe. They can't Darmanitan me, and then if they try to get frisky with Monkey Dory, we should be okay. I thought I was going to get an unfair stamp. Okay, okay, that's a Pokepad. That's a Wondrous Patch. So then in this situation, I want to go Wondrous Patch to the Trevenant, because I'm probably going to have to take a knockout with that guy at some point. And then Pokepad does nothing. I would have liked to Ghostly Touch just to have it, but yeah, I'm in a bit of trouble, because the only way that I could win this matchup is if I get the first 2 prize KO. They're going to get the first 2 prize KO. They're actually going to go down to 3 prizes. But a Lily's only draws them 6 here instead of 8, because I masterfully baited them into knocking out the Emolga. The Punk Helmet worked again. Oh, crap. Okay, they're playing with their PP. That's really good. Oh, that's less good. Okay, this is bad. I'm feeling bad as long as they don't have an energy. Because they have to use Virtuous Flame. I can knock out the Zoroark, but I have to get a basic. I might have to put the Emolga down and then maybe save the Phantump Trevenant. But if they just whiff an energy, I am... so deep inside them. Oh, there we go. All right, so they have lost. I am better than them. All right, so obviously I need to knock out the Zoroark, right? Though I could Hot Air Balloon. Actually, hang on. How much damage is over there? I can knock out the Darumaka. But if they just have bosses, then I feel like I'm kind of screwed. So that's kind of unfortunate. All right, so let's attach to this guy. Yeah. And then, yeah, I just have to basically, I guess, Colress for, yeah, Mystery Garden, Telepathic. It's not that I wanted to use Colress, it's that I don't want to have Colress in my deck. And then we go Horrifying Ronda Rousey. Take the KO. I don't think this is going to be in the YouTube video, though, because they're not having it like that. You know, they took a turn and did nothing. So yeah, we're not playing this one either. This is not they needed to attack that turn. They attacked that turn. I'm putting this in the YouTube video. And Leah, oh, the 30th anniversary set will probably only have 30 cards in it. And Lena, well, no, because if you watch the YouTube videos, I told you, I knew as soon as they whiffed, that was not gonna be in the YouTube video. I'm a fart smeller, we all know this. All right, so we're 2-0, but I haven't had a competitive game yet. Fantastic. I love it when I, don't get to enjoy beating people off. What's the point of beating people off if you can't enjoy it? And ABJ, if you have to ask, your street's behind. But yeah, so the PSA thing. I would only get a 10 because those are going to appreciate and value the most. I wouldn't really want a 9. I just want to go for a 10 because that way, it's going to appreciate better. If I was an investor, bro, I would only go for 10s. But it's hilarious to me that people are going to come back from Indianapolis, wake up, lotion their feet, open their phone and be like, wait, I just finished a Perfect Order tournament. Chaos Rising is next. Pitch Black is after that. We're already talking about the September set? What? All right, am I going first or second? They decided to go first, so I'm going to Phantump it up in here. All right, first Dragapult. Here we go. This is going to be in the video. Okay, terrible starting hand to do this with, though. Especially if they just get a turn 2. Yep, especially if they get a turn 2 Dragapult, we lose. Ah, man, I really don't want to lose the Wondrous Patch, but I really can't. I don't want to lose the Wondrous Patch, but I can lose the Wondrous Patch. I can't really lose the Telepathetic. I think I'm in a situation where I have to attach to the Phantump. As much as I don't want to, maybe I can masterfully bait them to attack with a Dracloak. Maybe I can, make something happen here. It's highly unlikely, but I think that's my best course of action is if I just go double Pumpkaboo. We didn't prize the Clefairy. Now, you're probably wondering, but Poilet, why are you going for double Pumpkaboo? That makes no sense, Poilet. Why are you doing that, bro? Oh God, I seriously am about to, I hate myself. I hate myself for what I just didn't do. I feel dirty. But the reason is because I'm facing Dragapult, so they have rare candy. Okay, I was gonna say, they have rare candy Dragapult boss's orders, and if I just have 2 Pumpkaboo, then they're gonna wipe my butt with all the Pumpkaboo. But at least this way, I can masterfully bait them into Dragon D's nuts. All right, well, this is not great, but if they just let me take the KO, that's awesome. They played this very weird. Ooh, hello. Hello, Lily. How are you doing today? You look very nice. All right, so I can just go and get double Phantump now. Or do I just need 1? Because I'm doing 80 damage. See, the 10 damage. I knew it. The 10 damage would behoove me. The 10 damage. But no, I think it's just double Phantump because I'm only going to have 3 pumpkins the entire game. All right, and then, yeah, we Spiteful Evolution. And then we definitely Lilies for 8. And then we take the PTC gel. Don't break. Please don't break. And then if I can evolve. Ooh, I think it's too early. I think it's a little bit too early, though, right? Is it too early? It's never too early. All right, let's just get everybody into play. Let's just absolutely empty my deck right now. Let's just empty my balls. Just empty it all out. All right, so we got all the Trevenant. And then, honestly, I think I do have to Unfair Stamp. Not because I want to stop them from doing anything, but because my hand is so bad. But it's not because I want to affect their hand. It's that I want to affect my hand. This is a defensive Unfair Stamp, not an offensive Unfair Stamp. And I got all my pumpkins. I don't care what happens. This is going in the YouTube video. I am beating down a Dragapult player. You'll notice that, oh, that's interesting. Okay. I guess I attached to a Trevenant just to do that. I think we're fine. If I gave them Trevenant Pult, I think we're fine. Because I'm taking a knockout. We have a hand. But you'll notice that I'm 2-0. And the first two games, the first one was against Lucario, some weird Lucario Terra deck. The second game was against Zoroark. The first player played very slowly. The second player, I just destroyed them because I'm awesome like that. Who cares about Zoroark? Zoroark's an easily winnable matchup. I'm not gonna get a video out of this, am I? 3 games in, no YouTube games. And wait, season 4 Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a season 4 Yu-Gi-Oh! British character. You're gonna have to be more specific. Yeah, I'm just too good at Pokemon cards. This is the problem. This is the problem. And Shugli, you have to be sub to say a bad word. So as much joy as you're getting, you do have to be sub to say a bad word. Those are the rules. You know, this is a family-friendly environment. But yeah, they're not here. So that's really cool. You know, the Dragapult player got stamped into nothing, and then they just rage quit. And then they held us hostage here. Instead of, you know, hitting the concede button, instead of forfeiting D's nuts into their mouth, they decided, hey, what if we keep an entire group of people held hostage for a long time? And Gaz, I was in my 40s when I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! The first time, so if you think I can remember that, you spent your money in the wrong place. You spent your Bezos bucks in the wrong spot. But while we have this intermission, feel free to ask me any questions you want. But number 2, if you want to go to the Indianapolis stream, don't say, oh, go watch Pilot beat people off. What you want to say is, oh, there's a break. I'm going to watch Pilot. You know, I'm going to go watch Pilot pump some people. TQ, that's a good one. But yeah, just like if there's ever a break in the Indianapolis, like it's an intermission or it's like 30 minutes till the next game, it's like, oh man, 30 minutes till the next game. Well, I'm going to go fry some brain cells watching Pilot play some Chaos Rising. And Mario, oh, I always drop in viewership whenever there's a regionals. It doesn't matter if it's just me versus the regional, that's it. Because, you know, you look at the regional, they'll have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 viewers. So even if I was the only person on the entirety of Twitch, on the entirety of Twitch streaming, and there was a Pokemon TCG regionals at the exact same time, my view count would be halved. No matter, it happens every single time. If I had to explain humanity in 3 objects, God, Dragapult players are the worst. Even when they lose, they're the worst. Can all 3 of them be different shaped butt plugs? Can they be different Pokemon card butt plugs? Because if you didn't know, there's several different cards that could be butt plugs. So here's one butt plug, obvious butt plug, and then here's it's an expanded card now. And then here's another butt plug, and if you're feeling daring, there's another one. So yeah, so could they all just be butt plugs? All right, 38 minutes. Are we going to get our first playable game? 3 games in, 40 minutes. Will we get our first game? I sure hope so. Thank you, Incineroaring. See, we're on the same wavelength here. But I think it was 1546. There we go. Oh, goody. It seems like it's another person who's not here. You want to put a bonsai in your butt, Leah? That's very weird, okay? Quit being so weird, okay? So weird. Don't be so weird, Leah. If I just had a playable start, this would be great. All right, well, hey, I didn't pin, you pinned that. That was not, the mods are revolting. The mods are revolting. Oh, if I just had a playable hand, this would be the perfect game. If I just had a playable hand, I would have a chance. Crap. So, of course, we face a Dragapult deck, and then everything goes wrong immediately. I don't really have a choice. I just have to have everybody set up and ready to go. I just have to believe in the heart of the cards here. So it'll be Patrat, Phantom, Lil Pump, Skywave, and then just kind of hope. Right? I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to do this. Yeah, as Untrust Your Pilot said, I've played 3 games. I faced a weird Lucario Terra deck that did, not very well. I faced Zoroark, who just gave up because I'm better than them. And then I faced a Dragapult player who rage quit after I stamped them. So our luck today has been very, very bad. And then as soon as I get a game that looks like it's YouTube worthy, we have an unplayable starting hand. But I might be in a situation where I can, do something here. Oh, if they're just going for a Cruel Arrow, that's great. Oh, that's not good. Okay, how much damage am I doing if I only have 3? I think I'm only doing like 180. Okay, so if I have 3 bench Pokemon with damage counters on them, that's not great. So I have to go Pokepad for another Pumpkaboo. But the problem is if they just have Dragapult, then I'm screwed. But I need to thin my deck. I have 7,000 cards that can get this for me. I think it's just Skywave and Hope because I was going to be short, right? Because it would have been 3 Pokemon with damage counters on them. Gourgeist does not count itself, so it has to be your bench Pokemon. So I would have just had Patrat, Phantom, Pumpkaboo, and that would have been 180, so I would have come up short on the Pheasant Skibidi. And okay, that's a Blaziken. That's really bad because I can't knock out a Blaziken, but maybe they just think I'm playing... wait, is there a Possum Pokemon? That's impossible. Oh, God, they're getting everything over there. Okay, is there a Possum Pokemon? I honestly can't think of one. Well, let's see if we can do this. If they Cruel Arrow, that's fine. They're probably just... Oh, okay. This is really bad if they have a Dragon. Oh, this is really bad. Uh-oh. So, if I can just top deck... If I top deck a Telepathic Psychic Energy, I win the game. If I top deck a Lilies, I win the game. If I top deck a Colress, I win the game. If I top deck an Iris, I probably win the game. There's about 17,000 cards I can top deck right now, and I will win the game. So half my deck wins me the game. I can guarantee you I will not win this game. They'll probably go for one of the Pumpkaboo. Oh, yeah, so they did that. The Phantump is fine. All I need for this to be a YouTube game is a playable card. Come on, PDCGL. I thin my deck as much as possible. I played this perfectly. Reward me. All right, well, you did not reward me, and we're about to lose another Pokemon, but that's fine. We get our first Dragapult game that might be YouTube worthy because my opponent actually can get it up, and then no. Oh, okay. So they're going to take 2 KOs. That's fine because I can Ghostly Touch. I can... Oh, they don't realize that Monkey Dory is doing nothing. If I just... Okay, we can so easily do this. We can so easily win. They're literally getting everything they need in the history of the universe, but I can win this one. Especially if they don't put any damage on the Gourgeist. It is so simple. Just a playable card. Oh, they got the stupid... Okay, come on. Remember that last game where I said I had to put 3 Pumpkaboo into play because I know what we're facing? Yeah, this is why I said that. Because did you just see the turn they had? They didn't even have a... oh my God. They didn't even have a Fez that turn. And they used bosses. Okay, well, I mean, technically, we're still in this one. Technically, we're still in the game. I do have to just go Clefairy. All right, we can win this one. We can win this one with Ghostly Touch. As long as they don't have a bosses, we can win this game. I mean, we got rid of a Lilies. That's got to mean something, right? That's gotta mean something. Are we gonna get our first supporter? No! Are we ever gonna find a playable card? Do you think press 1 if we're gonna find a playable card this game? Press 2 if you live in reality. So, oh, we got rid of a Lilies? Don't worry, I had another one. And Dareth, yeah, don't worry. They had another one, everybody. I know you were worried after I hit that Lilies out of their hand. They had another one. It's totally fine. God, I'm just trying to make a UT. I'm just trying to make a living out here, bros. I'm just trying to make a living with my feet out, my hands in my butt. Okay, yep. Oh, and I'm weak to dark, so that's even better. All right, let's just concede. I don't want to be here for this. I was a playable card away from winning that. You know, our luck is about to turn, okay? I can feel it in my balls. If your balls are tingling like mine, press 1. Because we're finally going to get a game with this damn Trevenant deck. I'm going to play this deck for an hour. We're not going to get anything going on. All right, so Matus, Castillo. Hopefully their deck isn't obtuse. All right, Castillo. And Rookshell, damn straight. All right, so let's go second. No, let's go first. We're going first. We're believing in the heart of the cards. The balls of your feet, Leah. Don't be gross. All right, so going first was actually the worst thing I could have done. This is going second hand if I've ever seen one. Man, geez, Leah. Trying to turn this family-friendly stream into something that it's not. I mean, there's no place you can look right now and make you think this is not a family-friendly stream. Like, tell me one place you're looking on your stream where this is not family-friendly. Okay, this is a pretty goated start, I gotta say. This is a pretty damn goated start. I don't know what we're facing, so I think it's just double Pumpkaboo. The Emolga is gonna save us here. I have one air balloon. I can't really do a whole lot if I can't Emolga this game. But the Clefairy can be anything. This could be Mega Floette, this could be Raging Bolt, this could be Oderpon Kangaskhan, this could be Dragapult Blaziken, this could be a bajillion. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's Dragapult. This is our third Dragapult in a row. You're probably wondering, why haven't I seen a Dragapult game yet? But Poilet, where's the Dragapult up to this point, Mr. Poilet? Where be the Dragapults up to this point? Well, you'll never guess, but the first game against Dragapult, they rage quit and forced me to sit for 5 minutes with my hands on my balls. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not great. And then the second game, I did not see a playable card the entire time. I didn't get a supporter, I didn't get nothing. All right, so there's a Phantump, that's good. I have Mystery Garden. Let's go Gourgeist down. Ow. All right, so I know what the smart play is I go Chorus for like telepathic, but I'm going to be greedy and hope for Emolga switch energy. I got Emolga. I did get Emolga. So I can use Trevenant, but Overwhelming Pain isn't very good. Emolga isn't very good here. This is really bad. They're definitely just going to knock out the Pumpkaboo if I do this. I really have no idea what to Pumpkaboo right now. Yeah, calm down. All right, so let's go Gourgeist into play. I have 2 Gourgeist. What's my hand looking like? I have a Colress. Oh, that's not good. That is not great here. And then if I Mumble, that's also not very good. But if I Cursed Roots, that forces them to maybe do something. But then I can't I think I just go for the Trevenant play and see what happens. Like, I know they have Monkey Dory, but now they can't attach an energy to the Clefairy, so they have to hard retreat the Clefairy. But this is just not good. You know, I'm in a situation where I need my Switcher, I need an air balloon. I know I didn't leave a space for a Mulga, or Lily's Clefairy for that matter, but I can still evolve these two Phantom, and that is 130 damage, but that's fine, because they're going to Monkey Dory and put the damage on somebody. So my thought process there is, yes, should I have used this Phantom's ability just in case I find myself in a situation where, you know, this Trevenant finds its way on the bench, and then we do that from there, and they're going to Crispin. Okay. They're going to put the Darkness on the Monkey. I'm going to be a Mulgaless. Yep, kind of saw that one coming. But this is kind of greedy by them, isn't it? Because they're putting a Clefairy into play. They're going to put the Darkness on them. Oh, they're going to put the Psychic on the Dracloak. Okay. So then I think if I just knock out the Dracloak, we're in a very good spot, right? If I boss the Dracloak, that seems really good. Am I correct? Because they had to put 2 energy here. If the energy stays on the Clefairy, they don't want that, right? They want the energy in the discard pile so they can Night Stretcher it back. And then if they happen to prize their 3rd Psychic, because if you didn't know, Dragapult always plays 3 Psychic, 3 Fire, 2 Darkness. So if they have 1 of each on the Clefairy who tops out at 220, which is not knocking out the Gourgeist, that's very good. And then they're basically in a situation where they have to hunt Crispin. But obviously, I'm not in the best spot, having the Clefairy with 30 damage on it. But yeah, this is really good, I think. You know, and then if they do knock out the Gourgeist, I have special red card. I'd really like to evolve my Hello there. Oh, the shoe is on the other foot, isn't it, Dragapult? Yeah, what's that? Trust your pilot's awesome, and his feet taste great. Yeah, I mean, there's no time like the present, right? Double Gourgeist, damn it. Wow, that was like, wait, wait, what? I thought I was gonna get something. I didn't get anything. Okay, I know, a bit. I got nothing. How did I get nothing off of an unfair stamp? The unfair stamp is the reason I went that way. The unfair stamp is the reason that I went that direction. Is that I was gonna, I got the exact same hand back. Oh, PDCGL. You're great. You're Pete comedy. I'm about to lose this game because PDCGL is hilarious. Oh, wow. That is baffling that I got a 0 anything. I got nothing. Okay. Oh, and they have Neo Upper. That's perfect. They got Neo Upper. Oh, and Dusclops, even better. Remember, I stamped them. Remember that, remember when I stamped them? Oh, and they got a Lilies too. Oh, we're having so much fun. Oh, and they got a counter stadium, so now I can't do anything with a Mulga. Oh, man. You know, I really thought we'd get a playable card. Because just a Psychic Energy would have allowed me to Ghostly Touch and leave them with a 1-card hand. And then they wouldn't have been able to do very much. Alright, well, let's regret everything. I mean, I know I have Mystery Garden, so that's fine. There's a Pokepad. Okay, so what Trust Your Pilot has to do here is Colress. Oh god, I have to Colress for Risky Ruins. I have to Colress for Risky Ruins. Put the Clefairy into play. So Frisky Ruins, and then... Oh god. I have to Pokepad for a Trevenant. Yup. This is terrible. And then I just have to hope they can't get another Dragapult. But the whole theory was that, you know, they can't do the thing. They can definitely do the thing. Okay, so... God. Yeah, heart of the cards. Yeah, heart of the cards, baby. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Yep. We'll get her done with the heart of the cards, right? All right, well, we're taking the knockout. That's one good thing. One good piece of news is that we're taking the knockout. They are taking the knockout with Lily's Clefairy. As long as I can get, like, double Gourgeist. Oh, but even then, a bosses wins them the game. So I have to keep my hand. We know they don't play Unfair Stamp. And Never Gonna Let Me Down. This is what I talked about on the previous stream, is no, there's only 60 hit point Pumpkaboo, which is horrible. Because it's like, hey, we don't want to make Gourgeist too good against Dragapult, so how can we nerf them? Well, we give Pumpkaboo 60 hit points. Yeah, so they're going to take the knockout with this guy. I have special red card. But they also have a Dust Noir, which is, you know, they can Dusclops this Pumpkaboo. If they happen to get, you know, Dragapult Crispin this turn, I think I lose this turn, right? Because they would go Dragapult, attack, knock out the Gourgeist, knock out the Pumpkaboo, Dusclops the Pumpkaboo. Yeah, we can't have a deck that's too good. And there's a bot. Wait, on my Clefairy? Probably? Oh, I don't know if I have a Night Stretcher. So I can knock out their Clefairy. I can put them down to 3 cards. But I have to knock out their... Oh, this is horrible. This is so bad. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. I can't knock out their Dragapult now. They had everything. Yep. Oh, man. This is... I can't in good conscience put this in the YouTube video, okay? This would get demonetized for being, you know, too much of a... Seeing people get beat off right now. I can't do it, okay? And Zeus, you should be more excited about Excadrill. I can't put this in the YouTube video. It's just... It would get demonetized immediately. Oh, man, yeah. I got to revisit the list. I think 7 Psychic is maybe too much, but then you look at this matchup and it's like I was 1 energy away from winning the game. And, you know, Unfair Stamp hasn't really served me great. I mean, yeah, Unfair Stamp has done nothing except cause me pain. So that's not great. But I'll play one more with this one, with the Trevenant build. Wait, did they just BM me? Super Smash card? I talked about this in the video. And she farted in my mouth. I talked about this in numerous videos, why you can't play Area Zero with this. All right, last one with this one, okay? Psychosis. Oh, they have a 1550 ranking. That's fair. Psychosis. Psychocyst? Psychocyst. Oh, man. All right. Let's, is it going to be 4 Dragapult in a row? Are we going to get our 4th in a row with Dragapult? Yeah, just think about it logically. Smash Cart with Area Zero is how would you get your bench damaged? Right? You'd have to waste a turn with Frostlass, or you'd have to waste a turn with my balls in your mouth. Super Smash Cart? Yes, that is true. All right, so they went first. I am probably going to lose. But I mean, I guess the Patrat has a 1 retreat cost. Oh, it's Garchomp. This is the worst possible matchup. Okay, I resist fighting, but they have Rose Raid. Yeah, that's fine. There's an Amalia. I feel like this is the worst possible matchup in the world for me, but, and this is a big, nice, juicy but, I am gonna be down 2 prizes before I do anything. So this is even better. So I'm gonna be down 2 prizes before I can do anything. I guess I just attach to the Emolga and then just believe in the heart of the cards, because they're obviously gonna get a Gourgeist, or even just a Rose Raid knocks out the Protract because it's weak to fighting. And if you're wanting Rock Hurl, isn't affected by resistance, but it does affect weakness. So they're knocking out the Protract this turn almost guaranteedly. They'll go Pokepad for Gourgeist, Gourgeist for Gourgeist, Gourgeist for probably Gibble, and then Lilies, and then they'll knock my butt off. Oh my god. Oh, we're having so much fun today, aren't we? So much fun. I guess I just end turn because I can't do anything. Probably not. I do have the control build built, but we're probably not going to play it. So I think it's safe to say that this version of the deck is cursed, and now we have to go play the Alakazam build. So, because I played this version for an hour. All right, so I'll write that down. I played the Trevenant build for an hour, and it was cursed with 2 rage quits and 2 bad games and two Dragapult games where they clap my cheeks because PDCGL hates me. Check the VODs channel if you're curious. We gotta do the VODs channel. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get a short up tomorrow. Ooh, okay. That's still terrible. But I'm gonna try to get a YouTube short up tomorrow about the Pitch Black pre-releases. It's still a rumor right now, so it's not guaranteed. But it looks like Delmai's Ghost Veil and Bastiodon will be pre-release promos, which is horrible. Because Delmai's can do 170 damage turn 1 for 1 energy. That is not fair in a pre-release. That is, like, you think Bastiodon is unfair? They can't deal damage unless they have 3 or more energy? Wait until you see 170 turn 1 for 1 energy after just a Gwyn. Hey, I still had that saved. So yeah, this will be a pre-release promo, which you might think is the worst one. You might think, oh, this is by far the most unbalanced card they've ever made for a pre-release. Delmai's is worse. Because if you go second with Delmai's and get a Gwyn, and then I guess you'd need something else. So maybe it won't have Gwyn. Maybe it'll just be like Gwyn, and then there won't be anything else on top of that. So maybe, if you go first, I don't know. Maybe it won't be that bad, but like Delmai seems insane. Well, it depends if Ultra Ball is included in the kit. You'd think it would be, but it's tough to tell for sure. All right, well, I'm 4 and 2. I prefer 4 and toes. Get it? Because I like toes from all over the world. Well, Gwyn would be the card. Oh, Psychosis, you got disconnected. Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Do I want to go first? Wait, what am I playing? Terrible deck. So yes, thank you for letting us know. It's so tough to play PDCGL these days, isn't it? All right, so we gotta. Wow, this is fantastic. What a fantastic start, everybody. Well, sure, I guess I put down Risky Ruins and hope they don't just win the game already. Okay, it's Starmie. This should be an interesting matchup. It's not a good matchup, but it should be interesting, right? Especially if I go second and get a bunch of Pokemon down turn 1. As tempted as I am to use Colress here, because we know PDC Jail's gonna screw me over. You know what? I am gonna use Colress. You know what? I retract my statement. I'm gonna use Colress right here. I feel like I kind of have to, because there's a chancey they're stuck. Like my steps, there's a chancey they're completely stuck right now. But I feel like I need like double Pumpkaboo just to stand a chance right now. But I also have double Kadabra. So, yeah. This is awkward. I just have to hope they got nothing. How am I going to win this game? Hope they got nothing. Because if I'd chosen to go second, I think there's no doubt that I win this game. I think Gwen Stefani would be like, yeah, you got this game, Pilot. But because I made the stupid decision to go first, then we're going to lose. And if you're wondering what does Strange Timepiece do in this deck, you play 4/4 2-line of Alakazam. So you evolve one of your Kadabra into Alakazam, devolve it, then re-evolve. Or you can use that wacky strategy I talked about in the new decks video, where if you start this Abra, you can shuffle it into your deck, or sorry, you can evolve into a Kadabra, draw 2, and then Strange Timepiece until, crap. Well, if they have Monkey Dory Darkness Energy, I'm kind of screwed. If they have Monkey Dory Darkness Energy, we're kind of screwed. All right, as long as they don't have a Darkness Energy, I'm happy. If they're just an SOB, I'm a happy Pilot, because I can very easily win this game now. Oh, they got nothing. You just got piloted directly into the ground, bro. Okay, that's bad, but I mean, I'm probably going to be giving up a bunch of prizes here. But it looks like my win condition is going to be Alakazam KOing the Starmie, right? Because I'll knock out the Ogre crap this turn. We'll knock out the Ogerpon this turn. Just need a Gourgeist. That's it. Easiest thing. Easiest thing in the world. Nope, just need a Gourgeist, PDC Jill. Just, that big pumpkin? Just need one of those. Thank you. All right, so that's going to go there. And then... oh, I don't want to touch them ghostily. I just want to definitely take the knockout. The question is, do I risk it here? Because that Frostlass is going to be a bit of a problem, and they can just absolutely blow my butt out right now. But I think it just has to be Pumpkaboo and then hope. Yeah, so the Strange Timepiece I can use next turn. Ooh, that's actually really spicy. I can use the Strange Timepiece to clear the Abra off the board if I ever need to. I mean, it's probably never going to come to that situation. But yeah, the Frostlass, if this is a baby Frostlass, that's a massive problem for us. If it's a Mega Frostlass, that's actually totally fine, because I can just go Kadabra, Hilda, draw a bajillion cards. I can use Strange Timepiece to get, like 7,000 cards. So this is one of the 3 versions. The 3 versions I was most excited about. All right, well, the Abra, I'm sorry, bro. Abra, you are too pretty for this world, Abra. Let that be a lesson to everyone watching this. Never wear a bra. And also, maybe you should grab the 50 hit point Abra when you have a chance. But the 3 versions I was most excited for were Trevenant, Alakazam, and then obviously Frostlass Monkey Dory. I played the Trevenant build for an hour, and you're probably thinking to yourself, but Pilot, where's the Trevenant build of the deck? My feet are too dry. They need to be wetted by your expert gameplay with the tree. I got Morning Wood. Get it? Because, like, the M-O-U-R, Morning Wood, Trevenant, get it? But the problem is I play... oh, God. Yeah, this is basically what it's been like. Right? I want to play games. I want to have fun. But PDC Jail's not letting me. All right, so I guess that'll be a Hilda for Alakazam Legacy Energy. Let's go Alakazam to draw 3. And then do I touch them ghostily? Is that what I should do right now? Press 1 if you want me to touch them like I'm a ghost. Ooh, spooky. Okay, so let's go for Abra. And then I guess also Patrat, because Patrat kind of ruins their life too. And then, yeah, let's go Strange Timepiece, the Alakazam. Oh. Oh, I've never seen this before. I guess I've never tried to devolve a stage 2. That's a very weird way of doing it, isn't it? Oh, and it rearranges your bench. Even better. And it rearranges your bench. Even awesomer. All right, well, let's put the Patrat down, I guess. And then I will Legacy Energy because it's funny. And then somehow I did not get a Gourgeist. That's fine. We're going to Ghostly Touch. And we got rid of their water. Oh, what are you doing, step bro? Ah, man, but this is, if this is in the YouTube video, it's because it was a cursed stream, right? I played this for an hour. I faced 3 Dragapult decks in a row. The first Dragapult player rage quit, holding us hostage. The second one, I didn't see a playable card for 5 turns, so I lost. And then the third game, I unfair stamped me into 5 unplayable cards when I needed a single energy to win. And I gave them 2 cards, and they ended up taking a 4 prize turn off of those 2 cards because PDC Jail is a fun game. And I don't think they realized that I just won because Legacy Energy doesn't stop damage counters. So Legacy Energy is... Oh, you can suck my butt, bro. Okay, Vince. All right. I see how it is, Vince. I see how it is. Okay. Well, they don't actually knock out my active, though. Right? The Gourgeist is surviving. And then I can draw a bunch of cards. I can... Yeah, then I just set up the Starmie, right? I just set up the Starmie for KO, and that's it. So it's a little awkward that they got what they needed, but I'm in a pretty decent spot. It would be a shame if somebody got red carded in return. All right, let's draw 3. Ooh, cards I didn't need. Great. So I don't have Patrat, which means if I hit into them, that's bad. I also... I don't think this is a boss's turn. Something's telling me this is not a boss's turn. I guess I just go for Pumpkaboo. Oh, this is so awkward because if I go for the Abra, they just knock it out. Even though I have a Kadabra in my hand. So I think I just go for Pumpkaboo, let them knock it out. And then... Yeah, there's Risky Ruins. And then, yeah, I guess it's just Horrifying Rondo. And then if I get an energy, I win. Right? If I just get any energy, I have, I think, 3 energy in deck. So if I get Meowth, I win because that'll be a Hilda. Okay, that's fine. Wait, that's... No, what are you doing? Interesting. So are they going to try to knock out... Are they going to double pump? Are they about to double pump right here? Because I can take the knockout. So I can special red card, take the knockout, and then they'll have a 2-card hand. So this is fine. And I'm also still in the same spot. But yeah, if I don't win next turn, I probably lose the game. Because they played this... They were playing Possum, and there's no Possum Pokemon as we figured out. There's no Possum Pokemon. But yeah, Vince, you played Possum, you got me. This is going in the YouTube video because I like it when people pump me and blow me. No, with the Legacy Energy. The damn Legacy Energy. So I still think I win because I have Legacy Energy. I just need to... We can do this. There's a telepathetic. I just won, right? Yes? Yes, Trust Your Pilot is the GOAT. Because, you know, I could go the long way and pretend it's corn, but I just win. No, we've been over this, Zeus. Zam is Zamazenta. Zam is okay. Thank you. Sure. Whatever. Zam is Zamazenta. Okay, Mr. Spoony is Alakazam. You know, Zamazenta was a Pokemon before Alakazam became unbanned from like the Pokemon trading card game for the most part. Okay, and there you go. See, Alakazam with Gourgeist, that is the combo. I think it's just because you need card draw. You can't really play to Dunsparce, because if you Risky Ruins a Dunsparce, it just gets bodied by Dragapult. So in my testing, I didn't want the Alakazam pairing to be the best one, but you're kind of seeing why this is pretty good, is because you can touch them and you can make a pottery statue. Just remember, it's a vase, okay? I'm making a vase. All right, we finally have a YouTube game. Halfway through the stream, we got a YouTube game, everybody. Claps in chat. All right, and that's what, win number whatever. If you've seen Community, you know the jokes. It's a vase. Yeah, only 2 to get. We only need 3 games for YouTube. That's it. And what'd you think of the thumbnail on the Chinchino video? I was very proud of that one. We're just chin-chillin'. Thank you, Evie. I appreciate you. And see, Clambert, see, because now people are gonna be like, wait, it's pronounced Chinchino. It's not pronounced Cinchino, like Tricky Jim taught me. No, Tricky Jim is wrong. Basically, if Tricky Jim pronounces a Pokemon's name, there's a 50% chance it's wrong. Trust your pilot. If he does it, there's a really good chance it's 50% wrong, but he does it to be funny. How the hell do I have an unplayable hand in a freaking Alakazam deck? That's like impossible. Well, this is going to be a quick loss, I think. Methinks this will be a quick loss. All right, well, I have all the juice in the deck. Maybe I need, yeah, we have 4 Pokepad, 4 Kadabra, 1,000,000 supporters. There's no way we can lose this, okay? There's 0 chance we lose this game. The fact that I didn't get anything's kind of wild. I'm not as excited about Strange Timepiece. You know, it is a funny card, and this is what the Japanese list used. But Strange Timepiece is kind of, what the hell is this? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, chill for, let me guess, the Lilies too? They got a triple just to retreat? Oh my god! This is what, how are they having this good of a turn? I mean, they are playing, you know, Starmie, Team Rocket's Crobat. But, like, come on, bro. Okay, I can still very easily win this game, except now a Pokepad doesn't do it. I just need a Kadabra or a Lilies or a Hilda, or I don't think Colress does it. Colress would be bad. Colress would be very bad. Bosses. Well, I guess I'm bossing the Zubat to buy myself a turn. And Eevee, number 1, I don't have a way to find the duck. Number 2, I don't play the duck, I play the rat. You know, it's, do you want to play the shrub, the rat, or the duck in 2026? Those are your options in life. All right, well, have they stalled? Is my deck that has nothing? Oh, there's a sneaky bite. They're knocking out Abra. So it's 2 damage, and then there goes my Abra. Even if I had Unfair Stamp, that wouldn't help. Okay, come on, PDCGL. Come on, bro. I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. Yep, saw that one coming. Saw that one coming. And Super Smash Kart, because that's, you don't have enough space on your bench. You know, we need to get Skyfield back. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna go sad face. This is my sad face. This is my fight song. I'll just concede. You know, they're already too far ahead. You know, it's like the tortoise and the hare. Remember that? The moral of the story is that the hare is too far ahead, so the tortoise gives up. That's what you got to do. No, Super Smash Kart. We've been over this. There is no reason to play Area Zero. Area Zero is bad. There's several reasons why Area Zero is bad, and there's no reasons why Area Zero is good here. Okay, we got this. The stream will not end until I get 20 wins. Okay, well, we started the rat, and yeah, that's great. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion we're about to lose this game. No, Colt, what? Colt, I know you're just memeing, but what is the point of Gourgeist with Lapras? That makes no sense. You're like my gaming channel. You make no sense. Fun fact, that's not a joke, because I got an email from YouTube saying that I have the nicest feet. My wiki feed is a perfect score, but also, oh crap, that my gaming channel is about to be demonetized because it's under the threshold now. So the channel that I thought had the most hope of anything is on the verge of being demonetized. And that's kind of funny. I am on the verge of being demonetized. All right, so now what the hell do I do? I guess I put the legacy energy on the Abra and boss the Baniri. I think that's the only way that I have any sort of chance of winning. Speaking of synergy, when I was playing Golden Sun the first time, I always pronounced it Psy Energy. I don't know why. I don't know why I couldn't make the connection that, it's pronounced Synergy. How do you get remonetized? Upload a video. That's it, just upload a video. Okay, yep, that's fine. If you want to waste a retreat and an energy to knock out a rat, that's totally okay. Well, it's like how I used to call unknown you-noun. Yes, I did used to call it you-noun. Okay, wait, we're fine. Nah, the gaming channel, I'll just let it get demonetized. It's sad, but, you know, it's bound to happen. Wait, what are they doing? Hey, chill. I didn't think it was going to be as obvious as, unknown. I thought it was going to be, like, it's a Pokemon name, right? It's supposed to be something interesting, so I thought it was you-noun. Or, like, unown. I didn't think it was unknown. Because that, you know, it's smart that I didn't know. Because the English language would teach you that is correct. Okay. Does Comrade Byron know that drawing a bunch of cards doesn't win them the game? Does Comrade Byron know that a million cards doesn't just win you the game? You got to try something else. You know, you're doing a whole lot to deal 60 damage, Byron. But the thing is that I don't really win this matchup, right? Because they're just going to keep healing with Wally's Compassion. So, like, this is just an Alakazam game. Please, Kadabra, please bail us out of this. Give me something playable, something good. All I ask is a playable card. Thank you. Okay, so, oh God, do I have to put... No. Trust your pilot refuses. I refuse. I'm going to put an energy there, and then I'm going to Lily's Determination. We got this. This is going to be the greatest turn you've ever seen. How the hell did I get nothing? All right. Sorry, I meant next turn. Next turn is going to be the best turn you've ever seen. Okay, as long as, maybe I shouldn't have put the 10 damage on them, because now if they just, Dunsparce, Monkey Dory, do all the things. But if you're wondering why I'm jumping into this game so late, it's because I started... Okay, well, they're taking 0 prizes. Wait, so you had a Mist Energy, but you knocked out the Kadabra for the same reason? Okay, well, that's interesting. Now, obviously, they have Wally's Compassion, which is a compassion project of mine. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so we have what we need. The problem is they're just going to Wallies. The good news is we have what we need. The bad news, they're just going to Wallies. So I go Gourgeist for a Pumpkaboo and Abra, and then I think I just go... Oh, I forgot to put the wristy... Oh, trust your pilot. When will you learn? When will you learn? Yeah, that was an oopsie. That was an oopsie. But to be fair, they're gonna Wallies anyway, so it's like, does it really matter? So what I imagine they're going to do is they're going to retreat off the Mist Energy, go into the Dunsparce, Wallies, put the Mega Lopunny back in the active, attach the Enriching Energy, and then just have a bajillion card hand. But even then, they don't take the knockout. So then I guess they have to attack with Mega Frostlass or something? So to be fair, it's not the stupidest mistake, because I have to two-shot them anyway. It's like I have to two-shot them no matter what. Yeah, they're going to do the retreat off the Mist, go into the Dunsparce. Oh, they're going to take the knockout with Frost. Oh, they're not going to take the knockout with Frostlass. They're 20 short. Comrade Byron, it seems like we're both... seems like this is the worst possible matchup for both of us, right? They're playing a Wally's deck, but I kind of know what I'm doing. Right, I have some semblance of an idea of what I'm doing, so I kept my hand size low. Oh, okay, so we want to flip Tails on Lucian. We need to flip Tails on Lucian. Oh. Oh, they played Hilda. Okay, so we're just fine? we're just good like that? Okay, cool. So we want to evolve that one. I don't have a retreat card, so let's go Hilda. I go Hilda for, yeah, Kadabra, Telepathic, just to get out of the deck. And let's evolve this guy. Okay, Psychic draw 2. There's a Frisky Ruins. That's pretty good. And then... And yeah, I think I'm in a decent spot. I know you're going to say, like, oh, well, why didn't you bosses the Lopunny? It's, well, I didn't have a playable hand, right? They would special red card me. I didn't have a playable hand. This way, they can only Wallies one of them, and now I have some playable cards. So it was a calculated risk, but I think it was the correct call, because they don't have any Monkey Dory. Obviously, if they have a Monkey Dory, then they have to focus on knocking out the Patrat. But this is one... Yeah, that's fine. But obviously, with the Patrat, that stops Monkey Dory. That's why it's in the deck. I chose it over... I think in this type of deck with Risky Ruins, you kind of want to have it over the other ones. Okay, so now I bosses the Lopunny, and then we knock out the Frostlass with Alakazam. That is the strat. Easiest strategy of my life. Ooh. Huh. I should have... Yeah, I should have promoted the Abra. That was my fault. I should have promoted the Abra. But it's fine. It's fine. All right, so Abra down. And then I want to get rid of... Yeah, I guess I go... Boss's orders. This guy gets the Enriching Energy out of the game. I only play 6 energy. But I do play 2 Night Stretchers, so I think this is the correct call. Right, I go for a Kadabra. This way I have... I have Strange Timepiece plays. We're taking 3 prizes. I can maybe win with just Alakazam after this. There's another Risky Ruins. Is there anything I wanted yet? I have a Kadabra that I can't use. I do have a Gourgeist that I can put into play, but we might be in a situation where I just can't use Gourgeist. And I just have to go back-to-back attacks, back attackas with Alakazam to win the game. But this is going to be an interesting ending here. I'm going to imagine they're going to special red card me. You know, I know they have Wallies. I have to special red card them. Legacy Energy is the ace spec, so that's not good. They have a Mist Energy. Oh, so it's going to retreat, go into the Lopunny. But if I can just keep my hand size low, we'll be okay. Oh, you don't believe that I can get it up to, what, 16 cards? Well, you're right. I can't. You are absolutely right about that. I cannot. Okay, so... no, I guess I want to... but, like, I have two options here. Neither of them are great. I think I just go up with the Patrat and just say, you know what, I'll figure it out. Okay, so there's a Lilies. That's going to be a Alakazam. Yeah, we'll go for Alakazam. And we'll evolve this guy. I really wish I would have believed in the heart of the cards. There's a strange timepiece. Hang on, hang on. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, watch this. Watch what I'm about to do. I'm not going to do the math quite yet, but this is going to be funny. Okay, and then we go Kadabra for 2, and then we're going to get another Alakazam, and then we're going to have to count. We're going to have to do a little bit of counting. And then we go 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got the special. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, we're so close. Okay, so what's the strat now? What is the strategy here? Obviously, we special red card. That is a no-brainer. And then I think I have to... Oh, do you want to see this sick play? Do you want to see this absolutely disgusting... What a disgusting act Trust Your Pilot is about to do? And then we go into Alakazam. I will telepathic. Okay, and then we put down... Yeah, I can't put either of these guys down. I have to put the Abra into play. Okay, is there any world that I had this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then if I go for Hilda, because I can't boss the Lopunny, I could boss a Dunsparce, and that would be pretty funny. But yeah, I think I just go for Hilda. Uh-oh. I thought I had an energy in the deck. That's my bad. All right, well, it's powerful hand. If they have Wallies, do I lose the game? Only if they affect my hand. So obviously they're going to draw a bunch of cards here. It's really going to come down to the wire here. And probably season 4 of the wire, because that was the best one. Oh, they're retreating. That's a good sign. Wait, why would you retreat before running away? Like, you have to assume that you have to have a special, they must have a special red card in their hand, right? They must have something in their hand. Because they have to Wallies, but in addition to Wallisying, they also have to special red card me. So they're just hoping. They're just going to draw through their entire deck, hoping that one of them is a special red card. And if it is, I lose the game. But also, they do need Wallies. In addition to special red card, they need special red card and Wally, so they do need a 2-card combo. And they don't currently have it. But I've put myself in a situation where if they have special red card and they have Wallies, I've lost the game. But yeah, it's like, this is just such an awkward matchup for both of us. Is they're out of range of my Gourgeist dealing 280. But with the Mist Energies, you know, if I was just playing... Okay, there's Wallies. You still need another card, though. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All the mist energies. All right, so they got everything. I lose the game. That was fun. Didn't we have fun today, everybody? Wasn't that a fun game? Press 1 if you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. All right, so that goes there. All right, well, telepathic, and then I go for 1, 2, and then they're just the bosses away from winning. All right, so I can do, God, if I just had a maximum belt or something. All right, then let's Kadabra, and then we draw a couple more cards. All right, so I would have won this game very easily. But if I can just get my hand size low enough, we will be fine. So I want to do all of this before a Lily's. But then I can't use my strange timepiece. Right? I can't get my hand size low enough here where it's going to accomplish anything. All right, so let's Night Stretcher for nothing playable. You have to get something off of this. So I don't think there's anything that I can do because I can Lily's myself down to 6. And then I guess just hope. No, because of the 20 damage, that's not going to do it. So I have to hope that one of the cards in my deck is a playable card. Never mind. None of the cards in my deck were playable. This was too windy and boring. If there was some sort of satisfying conclusion, I include this in the YouTube video, but there wasn't. All right, we'll play one more, but I kind of knew from the beginning this game was doomed. Okay, what, you just wanted to beat off of a Trat? Eevee, no, if this was Alakazam, obviously I'd play a bunch of Enhanced Ham. Okay. Aw, damn it. I tried to stop their BM. But yeah, this is not an Alakazam deck. It's, if they're playing Mist Energy, then you just attacked with Gourgeist. Right? That's the whole strategy is, it's King Ghidorah again. Who were they? Were they a Dragapult player? Or what were they playing? Does anyone remember what they were playing? Yeah, just I always know. I always know how a stream is going to go based on testing. Testing went great. Testing, I did not get beaten off once in testing. I won all 3 test games. Everything worked. Nothing was like how you see that. Nothing was like this. Nothing was like this. Everything actually worked. Okay, it's Dragapult again. We're getting lots of Dragapult today, which is, I guess, a bad thing. And did you notice how I went first last game and had a turn 2 hand, and then I went second this time and had a turn 1 hand? Did anyone else notice that? Press 1 if you noticed that. PDCGL, man. This game. This game is making me testy. And they got, so they had it was the Blaziken one. Okay, so I don't think I can win now. They got Watchtower, that's fine. If I get a Lilies? Oh, wow, that's the worst possible card I could have gotten. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, I guess just Abra, Kadabra. And then Pumpkaboo, let's Stampede. There's no one to boss up that is meaningful. So like so many times before that you haven't seen, YouTube audience, I am in a Kadabra turn 2 and hope situation. Strange time. Oh, okay, that's actually good. That's actually great. Oh, perfect. Okay, we win. Oh, no, they got a playable. They got a Dracloak. We've lost. My balls are happy now. Okay, so I have to Colress for Risky Ruins and Telepathetic Energy. I don't really want to play with my balls, but I might have to. But I mean, I'm knocking out the Dreepy. They use Judge, which is a very interesting decision. But like, I need to put the Clefairy down, but I can't put the Clefairy down, right? I need to... Oh, thank you. Okay, this is... I'm still going to do what I was going to do because I've told you this numerous times before. If you got what you need in your hand, you do not punch a gift horse in the balls. All right, so this is going to be hilarious. This is going to be hilarious. They're going to concede here. Oh, we did prize the Clefairy. Whoever had that on their bingo card, yep, we prized the Clefairy. Whoever guessed that, you were right. You win the poll. All right, but don't worry, we're going to get it. For sure, we're going to get it right now. Oh, we hit our Crispin. This is amazing. And we're going to get the Clefairy, and I win the game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, this is great. We're totally fine. What are they going to do? Knock out an Abra and my Pumpkaboo and do all the things this turn? Never. You know, I'm not sure. I guess technically getting rid of the Crispin is better than a Dracloak. But if they have 2 Dracloak, that means they can see 4 cards. Like, obviously they need a Crispin to attack this turn almost guaranteedly. Oh my god! This game! Okay, so they're a discard card and a Blaziken. So if they play with their balls twice, I am screwed. And I also think I'm in a situation where I have to evolve the... Oh, God. Okay, that's fine. Yep, these are all cards. So there's still an Ultra Ball and an Energy. An Ultra Ball and a Psychic away from winning this game. But if they somehow stumble, like the NBC comedy that got canceled and people were upset about, just don't play with your balls. We're in a public space. Do not play with your balls, and everyone's going to go, yes, okay. Actually, that's kind of bad because now it sets up a knockout, but we'll be fine. We will be totally fine. Oh. Huh. Heart of the cards? Heart of the... Did somebody say heart of the cards? I mean, I have to evolve the Abra. As much as I don't want to be doing this, I have to evolve the Abra to avoid them taking a 4-prize turn. So at least this way they can only take a 3-prize turn. All right, there's a Risky Ruins. There's another Kadabra. That's okay. I mean, if I get a 3rd Kadabra, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, technically I did. All right, so let's go Kadabra number 3. And then we'll draw all the cards. Okay, I really don't want to be wasting all of my Kadabra this quickly, but it at least forces them to make a decision. And I want to keep... Oh, God, I have Hilda for a Gourgeist, but I feel like they can clap my cheeks if I do that. So I'm going to Lilies and hope. Okay. All right, PDCGL, I get it, okay? I get it. You don't like me. I understand that you do not like me. All right? That is understood. I understand you are not my friend, but you could have at least pretended. You could have at least pretended to... Why didn't I go for the Hilda? Okay, I got rid of a bosses, which means nothing because they're still taking a 3-prize turn regardless. And I need to get... Oh, I need to bench some people that is not good. So I think this Dragapult game will make the YouTube video just because it's indicative of just how strong Dragapult is and also of how much PDCGL hates me, where this is my 4th Dragapult game. I'm 1-2, and I'm going to be 1-3. And I think even if I had the Clefairy, I still probably would have lost. Because, you know, they can just attack with Blaziken, knock out a Clefairy. I did hit that bosses. But, I mean, they still don't have a Psychic. And I didn't take a knockout, so they can't Fez and Skibidi. There's no way. Oh, I got the Crispin. Okay. Well, I mean, I hit a Crispin earlier. I hit a bosses. My discards with Gourgeist have been pretty fine. But Dragapult just always has it, right? I'm over here prizing my Clefairy. I Lilies into literally nothing. I have to Night Stretcher for Gourgeist so I just don't get my butt completely blown out. And then I'm going to have to Strange Timepiece. Oh, yeah. How am I going to do this? No, I can't. I can't Strange Timepiece because you have to. I should have Strange Timepieced ahead of time, but then I couldn't because Abra only has 40 hit points, so they would have knocked out Abra Pumpkaboo. Oh man. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna top deck in Alakazam, and then we're gonna red card them. Okay. This is gonna be the last one with the Alakazam build, and it's gonna be in the YouTube video no matter what, okay? This is gonna be in the YouTube video no matter what. Bart Poll, 92. All right, so 1 and 3 versus Dragapult. Prize Clefairy in the one game where I had a chance. BDCGL screwed me over. All right. Yes, the Trust Your Pilot guarantee. And Uncle Jonas, are you one of the Jonas Brothers' uncles? Absolutely. That was so close. All right, so we have a terrible start that I have to put a Meowth into play for. Okay, so it's Ethan's Typhlosion, which is an impossible matchup for us. Great. If I was going second, I might have a chance, but I think because I went first, I don't have a chance. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Okay, I mean, this isn't a good start for us, but I have a playable hand. I may end up sacrificing the Patrat, though if I give them an Abra, that's also not the worst thing. Okay, so we'll go Pumpkaboo, and then I'll Telepathic, because they did attach to the Dreepy. Maybe that's just for retreating purposes. But I'm in a situation where I can just go double Abra, and then, yeah, we go double Abra. Probably just let the dude get knocked out, because they can literally, if they have a Psychic Energy, they can just bite. Fine. I'll do the dumb thing. You know, this will maybe give me a playable hand. Let's Lilies. I know it's not optimal, but what other choice do I have? I have a full bench of people who are emotionally damaged. That's not a bad thing. Realistically, I win this game if they do nothing next turn, and I lose the game if they do anything next turn. So, end turn. If I can ghostly touch the right card out of their hand, if I can ghostly touch them in the right place, we definitely have a chance, but they just have a raw Ethan's Adventure. Yeah, this ain't looking good. This is not looking good, but we can knock out that Tricloak. So they're probably going to go into Cyndaquil. I can knock out the Tricloak. The problem is that once this deck is set up, a special red card doesn't really do anything. And yeah, I really... Oh, okay. There's a Typhlosion. That's cool. Oh, if they just attacked... This is perfect. Everything's coming up Millhouse right now. Okay. I am in kind of a decent spot right now. Because, you know, they basically have to play Ethan's Adventure. They don't have a Quilava. So this is very interesting. If I get a boss's orders, do I knock out the Cyndaquil? I think the answer might be yes. All right, so I need to thin the deck. We need to get our Kadabra out of there. I need to thin everybody out of the deck. Because remember, Quilava is a guarantee. So let's go. Yeah, I have to believe in the heart of the cards, even though it's definitely not going to happen. Okay, come on. Come on. I know there's 2 bosses in that deck. I can win this game if I just get a bosses. Ah, jeez, this game. This game loves to torment me. What am I, a move that doesn't let me use the same move in back-to-back turns? Because this game loves to torment me. All right, so Lil Pump, and then Horrifying Ronda Rousey, but they were a little greedy, right? Like, I was over here trying to do the smart thing. They were greedy, so this might be a game we can win, because I did prize 2 lilies, so we know we're getting 2 lilies off the prizes at some point. This is just a really rough matchup because Typhlosion tops out at 280. I also top out at 280, but they give up 1 prize. My Legacy Energy is going to be important. Alakazam is also going to be very important in this matchup, but the fact that I benched the Meowth, obviously, knowing what I know now, I shouldn't have benched it, but, like, come on. I didn't have a playable hand. This is what PDC Joe's been doing to me. I played the Trevenant build for an hour. That was a really bad nightmare. Watch the VODs channel if you want to see me suffer for an hour. And then switching to the Alakazam build, you know, I face Dragapult, prize Clefairy, face Dragapult, stamp into nothing, face Dragapult, get nothing for 10 turns. You know, it's really tough out there. Wait, if this is just a... No, don't do this. Bart, no. What, Mom? I'm right here. Sorry, force of habit. Lisa, no. All right. We can do this. See, that's why I wanted to knock it out, is because if I knock out the Quilava, I stop their ability to find Ethan's Adventure. And if they, you know, Lily's into a bunch of Ethan's Adventure, Prism Tower. Prism Tower is what I'll play it with if I have time. Because remember, 55 days between Chaos... Ooh. I would have probably spent the energy to retreat, right? All right, so now we go for the Ronda Rousey. This is how the deck is supposed to function. All right, so Hilda for Legacy Alakazam, because then I can draw all of the cards off a Strange Timepiece because I'm goated like that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and then we just hold the hand, and then Ghostly Touch. So this will be in the YouTube video because this is how the deck is supposed to function. In pretty much every game up to this point, the deck has just not functioned. That's why I'm 2 hours into the stream, and this is only the second YouTube game. And you're looking at my win-loss ratio. It's 5-5. Yeah, it's been just one of those days. I knew Gourgeist wasn't some unstoppable force, right? It wasn't like, oh my god, this deck is cracked. It just needs one thing to go right. It's like, I mean, yeah, you do need the Clefairy, but I'm 1-3 against Dragapult. And the one game was I stamped them into nothing and they rage quit. And then I drew nothing for 10 turns. I stamped myself into 5 unplayable cards and gave them 2 great cards. And then I prized Clefairy. So I haven't really had a competitive game against Dragapult. And you look at this game against Typhlosion, this is like a 80% win rate for Typhlosion against Gourgeist. Because they do 280. The thing that I've been able to do is I can masterfully bait them into putting a Pheasantipity into play. I have Legacy Energy. Alakazam is an amazing backup attacker. It's your card drawer. The only issue with having Alakazam as your backup here is 40 and 50 hit points. Right? The reason you play this Abra is because you can recycle it. So if you start the Abra, it's essentially a free retreater. And then you can, you know, telepathic it back into play with Risky Ruins down. But then you have a Pokemon with 20 hit points left. And you should definitely... Oh, you busted all over me. You should never bust all over someone when they aren't paying attention, okay? That's very rude. And then, yeah, I'll just go Legacy Energy on Alakazam. And we don't really need the Risky Ruins anymore. Yeah, I guess I get rid of that as well. So if they have Dragapult, they should be using it. But I think what they did is they showed you what not to do in the Typhlosion matchup is you have to be a little bit patient, right? They were overly aggressive when they didn't need to be. They should have known that, like, even if this was Alakazam, I don't think you be overly aggressive. But maybe that's the problem, is they thought this might have just been like a straight Alakazam deck. Oh, I gotta go all the way back here. What'd they do on that first turn? Risky Ruins. Okay, that was me. They took that early KO with Typhlosion to knock out Abra. So I guess they were just like, oh, if I'm facing Alakazam, I have to take the first knockout. So I guess from that standpoint, if they thought they were facing a straight Alakazam deck and just pilots whacking off with the pumpkin, then that makes sense. Because, I mean, you can make a perfectly circular hole in the pumpkin. You just don't take the innards out and it's perfect. But I guess that was their thinking is if this is Alakazam, I have to win the prize trade at all costs. And then that cost them the game. So the cost they paid was losing the game. But I kind of understand it from that perspective is, oh, I had to go for it. I had to take the knockout because we can just beat each other off back and forth. But the thing is, Alakazam obviously requires you to have a big hand. So if they have special red card and unfair stamp, that would have helped. And they're playing with their secret box. Okay, so they should probably just concede, right? Like, I know they can... Oh, can they even take the knockout? Because what is Typhlosion? They have 2 Typhlosion. It's 60 more, so they're doing 220. Okay, so they're taking the knockout. They also have Brave Bangle. So my Gourgeist is knocked out, but I Alakazam KO their Typhlosion. And then I'm just a bosses away from knocking out... I just need bosses to knock out the Fez. So in this situation... I was going to say, do I do anything? Like, I have all these strange timepieces. I have an Abra in the discard pile. All right, so I absolutely go up with the Alakazam. And then I should probably Colress. I think we prize... Didn't I prize the other Alakazam? I think I did. So let me go Hilda. Gourgeist Telepathic. Let's get a Pumpkaboo out of the deck, I guess. But this is interesting because I can't really do a whole lot. Okay, so that needs to be there. I don't have Frisky Ruins. I can't have an... Oh, this is very awkward. All right, so let's go Poffin for Pumpkaboo. I have 1 Risky Ruins. Well, let me do the math here. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, I need to have somebody damaged. So I need that Risky Ruin. So I need to be able to use Colress next turn. And that's not great. Yeah, just gonna give myself a powerful handy. Or I could go Clefairy and hope they bench somebody. Also not great. I can go Clefairy and bench somebody, which doesn't seem good either. I'm just gonna go Powerful Hand. I don't feel confident about this. Because I'm going to need bosses to knock out the Fez. But if they bosses like my Gourgeist or my Meowth, we're also doing okay. Of course, I didn't get the Alakazam. That's fine. So I'm not feeling it, Mr. Krabs. And there's Quilava. Okay, so that's GG. Unless they have Blood Moon Ursa Luna with an energy, I think that's just GG. But, like, the problem with Typhlosion is you basically have to play Battle Cage to protect your bench. You know, you have your Cloak to draw cards. Victini only has 70 hit points. You don't want to get your butt blown out by a Dragapult, and the Dragapult matchup isn't easy. So it's like you'd want to play Battle Cage number 1, Gravity Mountain number 2, because with Brave Bangle and Gravity Mountain, you can knock out a Dragapult. And then I think Prism Tower is number 3. So I think Prism Tower is number 3, even though it theoretically makes the deck better, but it's like, you can just play with your balls, and you can use Ethan's Adventure, you can play with your balls. So as much as you think Prism Tower helps out Ethan's Typhlosion, which it does a little bit, Prism Tower, I think, is the 3rd best stadium for Typhlosion, and that's kind of a sad fact. And when's my 69th birthday? Let's say if it's today, will you gift 100 subs? Will you gift 69? Oh, crap. Will you gift 69 subs? Okay. Do I have Latinas? I do have Latinas. There's double bosses. Okay. I have Latinas. So then I think I just go for it, right? Because the energy... Yeah, because this way, if they try to boss trap again, then we're fine. Okay, so I have a 4-card hand. Then in this situation, oh no, I win, right? Because that's 230. Hey, see? Math for the win, baby. I technically beat a dragon deck. I beat a deck. It wasn't Dragapult, but I beat a deck with... Oh, God. Yeah, this has been a curse stream. I wanted to show Trevenant. I played 6 or 7 games. They were not good. I played Alakazam. These are the 2 best games. If you made it this far into the YouTube video, first off, comment down below. I wish Gourgeist had feet. Number 2, these are the 2 best games after 2 hours, and you should feel bad for me for being a YouTuber. This is what I suffer for your entertainment. All right, so we're going to play the Frostlass Monkey Dory build, and everything's going to go great. Yeah, thank you. See, I'm glad you understand my pain. All right, so Frostlass build. I also have Bronze on, which can be kind of funny, but like I just wanted to focus on the pumpkin. Oh, we got this. We're gonna be fine. I believe this. The final hour of the stream is gonna be the best hour of the stream. All right, so I'm playing the Frostlass Monkey Dory build. I still don't quite understand how I'm gonna beat Dragapult with any of these decks. Right, I never feel good about that. Okay, so Pumpkaboo is absent. Do I pump it right? Do I pump it up? Okay, so they're going first. Yeah, I guess Monkey Dory down. Yeah, Monkey Dory down, then I Hilda for Gourgeist Telepathic. Oh, God. Remember when I said the last hour of the stream was going to be the best hour? Yeah, I was lying. Okay, this is going to get a little sketchy. I don't think it matters if I get a little frisky a little too early. I think putting as much damage into play makes the most sense. Let's go Hilda for Telepathic and this one. Okay, and then I go for... I mean, I have an attack next turn. That's all I really care about. The question is, I think I have to win this game with Frostlass. Right, I can go for Badoo and shut off their items, but they might just have it like that. So I have to go for Snorunt. And then, yeah, we go Pokepad for Snorunt. That's also going to be damaged. I have a knockout at some point of the Pecharunt. So the way that I lose this game is if they just go Zoroark, knock out the Monkey Dory. That is obviously how I lose this game. But if they have to poison the Zoroark, that's going to behoove me much later on in the game because it's going to slowly take damage from Frostlass. So I think the only way that I can win this game is with double Frostlass. The problem is you can see my hand. The problem is, gestures in the general direction of what's happening right now. There's a Risky Ruins. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, they do have to play with their PP if they want to attack. They can also, Pecharunt. They're going to take 2 damage, so this will have 260. If I get a Telepathic Psychic, I knock out their Zoroark, and our chances of winning skyrocket. They go to the moon. So if I get a Telepathic, if I get a Lilies, if I get just anything, that's not it. That is not the card we needed here. Okay. So I'm doing 180. I can't damage anybody because they bumped my stadium. I don't want to touch them ghostily. Oh, God. Yeah, this is going to be a loss here. This is going to be a big loss here. Yeah, it's all an illusion. And they're playing with their PP, so that's not good. I don't enjoy it when Zoroark players play with their PP. But yeah, so this dude's getting knocked out. I needed to find a supporter, right? A playable card that wasn't Hilda. Just a Lilies would have won us this game because they're going to go down to one prize before I do anything. Yeah, they're going to attack with a fresh Zoroark. They're going to Virtuous Flame. They would have... Oh, they're going to... Doesn't matter what they do. They're winning the game. And Moondust? I mean, a 50% win rate is not bad, right? If you think about it, a 50% win rate, the Mets have like a 380% win rate. So the win rate here is better than the New York Mets. Poke Book just gave us another tier list. Tier list week 2-2. Extra Drill still holding strong. The quality of the image seemed kind of bad when I was copying it, though. So let me get it up and see if it's bad. Yeah, I don't think they exported it in high enough quality. So what you need to know is that Ghost Veil is still a top 4 deck, and Excadrill is a top 2 deck, and Dragapult is slowly creeping back towards a quarter of the meta share. Fantastic. All right, let's see. Does Trust Your Pilot have a Meowth in the deck? I don't see why I would, but we do have a Fez, which is bad. All right, so Fez down. All right, we're 6-6. So yeah, that's the updated tier list. But again, you can't trust the tier list in Japan because it's all gym battles. There's no city leagues. There's, no championships right now. It's just all crap. It's all, stuff that I would play. It's like it's if Trust Your Pilot entered a tournament, this is what... Oh, it's Hargrover again. So it's a rematch because so many people are playing this game. You know that I find games faster in build and battle than I do in standard? Isn't that wild that it's easier to find a game in build and battle? It's almost like people wanted a new fun game mode. I would never do such a thing. I would never be so smart as to do that. All right, well, this is another great start for us. Oh, what a shock. You're playing Zoroark. Okay, I mean, I think I have to Pokegear. No, I guess I don't have to Pokegear. I can go Colress for risky telepathic and then just kind of hope here. So if I go Frisky Ruins, Pumpkaboo, telepathic for Pumpkaboo, Monkey Dory, Pumpkaboo, Monkey. And then unfortunately, I think I have to play with my balls and go and get a Snorunt and then just hope the Pokegear bails us out of this. Oh, I do have a Meowth. When the hell did that happen? Okay, so yeah, that's bad. All right, I'm going to go get the premature Meowth, but if this Pokegear gets me a Lilies, ooh, then I don't have to. Okay, so that's fine. So I did have a Meowth. YouTube audience, what you're not noticing is that I played an Ultra Ball in the last game against this exact same opponent because so many people are playing PTCGL that you definitely don't face the same person multiple times in a row. But I prized my Meowth in the last game, and the only reason I lost the last game against Zoroark isn't because they have type advantage. Oh, crap. It was because my opponent... Yeah, because Risky Ruins doesn't affect Dark types, for those of you who forgot. Risky Ruins only affects non-Dark types. So if I put Fez into play, it won't get damaged. But the reason I lost is because I didn't have a supporter. And you know who would have helped me find a supporter? I'll give you 10 hit. Oh, hello. Okay. Wait. Wait, do I just go for Hilda and win the game? Wait. Oh, please tell me there's no. Please tell me there's 2 Hilda in the deck. Oh, God. Oh, God. Please. Please. Please, PDC Gel. I've been a good boy today. Oh, no. Oh, I've been a bad widow boy. I need a spanking. Oh man. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. We're gonna be totally fine. We're gonna get the basic Gourgeist energy this turn. Oh, we got nothing. Wow, that's kind of wild that I just got nothing. All right, so they're obviously gonna knock out the Badoo. They're gonna take 2 prizes. I'm going to lose. Oh, you have a 2 retreat. Why do you have a 2 retreat? Why? Why do you do this to me? Why do you have a 2? I'm out. We're 6-7. We're 6-7. I lose all my I lose all my thoughts. When PDCGL screws me over, I lose all thoughts. Oh man, it's just, you know, I need PDCGL to be in my corner once. Kai the Kai. All right, so the YouTube audience will never see that. You know, this is what happens. Your brain gets fried playing PDCGL for too long. Because pumpkins are slow. Okay, we got this. We got this. This is the most we've ever got. Okay? I have never been more sure in my life about winning a Pokemon card game. Oh God. No. This is going to be freaking Grimmsnarl, isn't it? I can already tell this is Grimmsnarl. You don't have to tell me twice. We know this is I can't even do that. I don't even know what I do here. I guess. Yeah, like, why do I play Badoo when everyone's got a stupid massive retreat cost here? So I guess it's just going to be bench the Snorunt, attach this, and then end turn. That is so cool. That is so much fun that I wish I could do that every single turn. All right, so I'll start the YouTube video coming into my turn because that was such a lackluster turn 1. Unless this is Grimmsnarl, then there's no point. Because what? That'll be Zoroark, Grimmsnarl? Oh. So it's Frostlass, Monkey Dory. Okay, so this might be good. Wait, why are they giving me the thumb up my butt? Why are you putting your thumb up my butt? Oh, they had to petro for lilies. They petroled for lilies. Okay, so we'll start this. We are jumping right into the action because I'm about to knock out this Monkey Dory. I have a plan, okay? It's not a very good one, but I have a plan, and that's all that matters. I don't know why they're emoting, but they clearly don't know that Trust Your Pilot is the GOAT. This is part of the strategy with the deck. I mean, part of the strategy is that you're supposed to find one of your frisky ruins, but they don't realize that I can beat myself off. I have been practicing for years for this moment to beat myself off. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing left to do. Okay, hang on. I'm taking 1 prize. Even if they have Mega Frostlass, that's okay. So I don't think I do anything, right? I don't think I do. Oh, we hit a bosses. See, sometimes it's fun to touch people with like a ghost. Please don't concede, okay? Please do not concede because I need to beat you off. The YouTube audience demands it. This was always going to be a YouTube game. Win, lose, or draw. Okay, this is great. They had to petrol for a Lily's last turn, so we knew they had a card. I'm just glad they played it and they didn't immediately concede. They're about to concede. I'm glad they didn't immediately concede, and they're going to concede. Okay, they continue. Okay. If they emote one more time, I'm muting them. Mega Frostlass? I win this game then, right? I know they have, Mega Frostlass. That's okay. Because, oh, this is great. So Kai should let the Frostlass take a hit. The problem with Kai's strategy is that Kai probably doesn't know that I am him. But even if Kai does that, I'm just gonna, Pokegear and hope for a bosses. And Resentful Refrain. Okay, so that's great. I don't think I can knock out the Mega Frostlass this turn because the Frostlass and the Pumpkaboo would have to be damaged. That's unfortunate. Okay. If I go Crispin here, I can touch them ghostily. And that's fine. I mean, I think I do that. Right? I put the darkness onto a monkey. Oh. Screwed that one up. All right, so let's go darkness energy there. And then let's go. I'm not doing enough. I think I go after their hand here. Right? Because if I thin, because they're going to do 100, no matter what, my Gourgeist is getting knocked out, even if I play the Pokegear. What I have to hope is that they don't have a darkness energy in their hand. Oh. As long as they don't have a darkness energy in hand, then we're fine. If they have a darkness energy, then I lose Gourgeist and I lose Pumpkaboo. So obviously I took a little bit of a risk here. But, you leave your opponent with a 1-card hand. You just have to assume you're not going to get your butt blown out. Your butt should be protected at all times. You're not expecting it to get just absolutely blown out. But let me guess, they had a Lily's or something left over. And then I got completely screwed over by PDCGL. Okay, but that is how the last 2+ hours has been going, is that PDCGL has just been kind of giving it to me hard. Luckily, we're going to win. I can guarantee a win here. No, Super Smash Kart? You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose your privileges. All right, so Hilda is exactly what I needed here. I go Hilda for Gourgeist. We take the KO. This is a pretty easy win. So this deck can beat Frostlass, Mega Frostlass, Starmie, Monkey Dory. Okay? We have learned that it can beat that, but it can't beat Dragapult somehow. Dragapult, doesn't even matter what you're playing. You cannot beat off a Dragapult player. That is not allowed. All right, and then if I go... if I put the Pumpkaboo into play, that's fine, because even if they take a 3-prize turn, they can't. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and then... Oh, I made an oopsie. Trust Your Pilot made an oopsie. But that's fine. That's fine, because we're not taking a knockout, and that's actually what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's what you don't understand, is I didn't want to do that. I want to go with I want to slow roll them. Okay, I want to slow roll them. That was all part of the plan. Okay, because now they can't heal the Frostlass. They have to heal their Monkey Dories. So even if they think they're smarter than me, see, that was actually a brilliant stratagem by yours truly. You think, you're small-minded. You don't see the grand vision. You're like Wanda Maximoff. You don't see the vision anymore, even though he's getting his own TV show and he's going on a quest. Yeah, big brain play. Okay, so they can't heal the Frostlass. If they do heal the Frostlass, they're just giving me free prizes on the Monkey Dory. And obviously I thin my hand. It's so easy to play around a Mega Frostlass. It's like, oh, what if I just have a small hand? It's like, I'm gonna punish you for having a big hand. What if I have a small hand? Then I lose. The opponent has taken the coward's way out and gone for my Pumpkaboo. They have left a very beefy Gourgeist that's going to have very little damage on it. And then I can not are you sure about that, Kai? You know, the Supreme Kai would not approve of this, because now I can just knock out everybody. Now I can just knock out your Mega Frostlass with Monkey Dory Pings. See, I told you, if they are greedy, you know, like they couldn't do anything. They couldn't heal a. Okay, cool. Thank you, PDCGL. Sure. And then let's go Crispin, because I want to touch them ghostily. I want to touch them verily. And then doesn't matter what I do. We go Darkness Energy on this guy. This is how the deck is supposed to work. If you don't face freaking Dragapult, the deck is great. All right, and then we want to heal the more damaged monkeys. And yeah, I think I want to fully heal the monkeys, because they have to pass the damage from their monkeys somewhere. And I'm just in a situation where I can load up on a monkey. I can blow my load up on a monkey. All right, so there we go. Adrenabrain. And yeah, I'll just put it on this guy. And then we go Ghostly Touch. I am so happy we are able to play a game where things worked. Most of the games I played today, the deck just didn't work. You know, see, like the Risky Ruins. I didn't find Risky Ruins like at all this game, but I was still able to just squeak by with just enough of the right cards to win. Now, imagine if I didn't have that turn one, whatever it was. Imagine if I didn't have that turn one, whatever the hell card I played. Right? Imagine if I prized my Meowth or my Pokegear didn't hit. I think that was this game, right? No, that was not this game. There was a game where I had I prized Meowth, and then I had to Ultra Ball for Meowth, and it was back-to-back Zoroark games, and that's not a great matchup, despite me saying earlier that it's a fine matchup because they can just draw more cards. But that's GG. I don't know why they're still playing. But Kai, you call me a cobra because you just got bit? I don't know. I haven't watched the show. Does that make any sort of sense? Is that a joke that makes sense? And they use Nah. And they use Nah. You know what I say to that? Nah, bro. And you're seeing what I said in my new decks video about how you're only ever going to have one Frostlass. This is not a Frostlass Monkey Dory deck. The Frostlass is just here to build up more damage, because Gourgeist does come up short of a lot of KOs because it maxes out at 280. It's just, this matchup really showed you that Risky Ruins, you kind of need Risky Ruins, because that's how you damage your Snow Run. It's just the deck, it's so flimsy. I've lost pretty much every game to Dragapult. I've lost almost every game to Zoroark. Those have been half the games. If I just faced more Lucario or more Mega Frostlass or more Mega Starmie, then my win rate would be a lot better. But it's been a lot of Dragapult, which is, yes, a negative matchup, and a lot of Zoroark, which is a negative matchup. All right, so we're 7-7 at like 1507. Slaughtermelon. All right, then. Is that Diplin's Evolve form? All right, so that was Frostlass, Monkey. Actually, that was, I guess I should put Mega Frostlass. Mega Frostlass. No, we'll go second. We shall go second. All right, we got Colress Risky Ruins. That's terrible, but we did get it. So this is Slaughtermelon at 224. Oh, what is this? Is this some wacky single prize box deck? Because if it is, I created it. But it has been like, what, 3 or 4 Zoroark and 4 Dragapult? Oh, okay. This isn't good. Oh, wow, this is really not good. Yeah, that's a smart play. I don't think there's any shot I win this game. All right, so if I go Risky Ruins, Telepathic, it just really seems like, because they're just an energy away from knocking out my Pumpkaboo. If I wait a turn, is that good? If I wait, but I can't really wait a turn, so I have to give them the Risky Ruins. Let's go Pumpkaboo down, and then I guess Telepathic on the bench, because the Mega Lopunny does top out at a fine number for us. You know, not the greatest number, but not the worst number. All right, so we have Fez, we have Meowth. I have like 17 outs to a playable hand next turn. So naturally, we have Colress. I have about 17 outs to be able to play the game next turn. So, of course, we have Colress. And I'm not really sure how I'm going. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there's Battle Cage. Oh, wow. They just had everything. They didn't even need anything. They just had it like that. Yeah, I don't know if I can beat Mega Lopunny because they just have all the answers. Well, the Enriching Energy is going to be out of the game. That's kind of nice. And then do I just like, I mean, I know I can't, but do I target the Dunsparce? But I think I'm just kind of out of the game, right? I go Colress for Risky Telepathic. I put somebody into play. Maybe I just go for broke here. I'm just going to go for broke. We're going for broke here. If I can top deck something good. God, all right. We'll play one more with this build. We keep flip-flopping with the 1500s. You know, maybe we should, maybe I should fix the list a little. Like, is there anything I can fix? No, you're not allowed to send me friend requests. I really wish there was a way to stop people from sending you friend requests that, you know, you don't want unsolicited friend requests. All right, so Badoo is out. I have, oh, so remember that game where I didn't have the Hilda in deck? Remember when I didn't have the Hilda in deck? There was a Hilda in the deck. So remember when I didn't have Hilda? Yeah, there's actually a Hilda in the deck. All right, so I don't really have anything I can do turn one, but I mean, what am I supposed to do? I think you just want to go first. I think that's all you want to do is just go first and then hope for the best. Yeah, that's about it. All right, so we'll play this one. And then we go Monster Hunter 11. And then I'm doing the Trust Your Pilot guarantee that we're going to play this one if I go first. If I go first, I'm going to do the guarantee. Or if we have a playable hand. Wait, am I going first? Oh, Trust Your Pilot guarantee. Okay, we have 4 Pokegears and all the supporters in the world. 4 Pokegears, all the supporters in the world. And then we start a Clefairy. Fantastic. Oh, God. Okay. I think it has to be Clefairy. I was going to do the Trust Your Pilot guarantee that I play this game out no matter what, but then, you know, I'm going to gesture in the general direction of the screen, and things did not go our way. So maybe I should have held out for a turn and just not put anybody down, but I kind of have to force the issue. And what you'll notice is that I am probably going to lose. If I'd somehow grabbed an energy, we'd be in a great spot. I may be in a situation where I have to Crispin and take a KO of the Monkey Dory, which I don't want to do. But yeah, I return to Clefairy, but I might have to just go Clefairy KO turn 2 because I cut Badoo. So between games, I cut Badoo because This stupid thing has a 2 retreat cost. Oh, and it's a dark deck. Okay, so Clefairy's actually good here, and this is the new promo Toxel. If I have any hope of playing a Toxel deck, I'm doing it. All right. Oh, then of course we top deck the. Then of course I top deck the damn Risky Ruins. Okay, so in this situation, I think I go Risky Ruins into play. I honestly think it's Crispin. I do honestly think this is the correct call. Because I'm doing 120 damage exactly. And then I gotta go for it, right? This seems stupid, but I gotta do it. And I don't want to put the Gourgeist down yet. And Ninja, you can't. I have been burned way too many times from the stupid pumpkin having a stupid 2 retreat cost and starting the damn pumpkin. So as much as you want to play Badoo, you just got to be like, yeah, I'm going to try to go first and get a good hand. But this game is going to be in the YouTube video no matter what, because I'm going to overcome a dark weakness here. Now, we have to adapt and overcome, okay? I'm going to take 2 prizes with the Clefairy. I don't, unfortunately, have a Gourgeist attack because it takes 2 Psychic. But I can Colress here. Or do I go for Hilda? Right, do I go for Hilda and Frostlass? Because I can go Hilda for Frostlass Telepathic. That'll damage my bench. They're apparently going for a Pheasantipity KO this turn. Yeah, they're going for a Fez KO. Oh, yes, the old Fez KO. They need another one. This is a little risky because my Clefairy can knock you out. So, oh no, do I have to attach a Telepathic to Clefairy now? That's not good. All right, so I have Fez. I have my own Fez, which is fine. Yeah, I guess they're just going to snipe. I think they're going for the Snow Runt, right? You have to assume they're going for Snow Runt, but they can't Monkey Dory unless they have Energy Switch. So they have to go attach, Energy Switch, heal. But even if there's 10 damage left on the Fez, they can't put anybody here. Yeah, so they need an Energy Switch. This is kind of funny. You know, Clefairy having a metal weakness for the first... Okay, you better have an Energy Switch. Okay, they got the Energy Switch. This is fine. Because I can win this game. I have confidence. They're going to go for the Snow Runt. Yeah, that's fine. I can go Gourgeist, but I don't think I'm going to have enough damage on the bench. That's the problem. All right, there's Crispin. That doesn't help. Let's go Fez first. Fez first? Fez first? Sure. Fez first. Wow, that didn't help at all. Thank you. Fez first, and you did nothing. I'm so ecstatic about that. All right, so let's go for... Yeah, I think I have to get the Gourgeist, even though they're like a bosses away from winning. But let's do that, and then I Telepathic, and then Monkey. I have a Snow Runt. I mean, if I put a Snow Runt down, they're going to knock out the Snow Runt. But Pumpkaboo is also probably going to get knocked out in this situation. Right? You have to assume that a Pumpkaboo is also getting knocked out. Okay, so if I put Snow Runt down, they knock it out. The Monkey Dories are also going to get knocked out. All right, so let's go bosses. Away the Colress and the Pokegear. I have a plan. I have a plan here. Don't you worry. They're going to target the Snow Runt. And, I mean, that'll suck, but I'm going to take the knock. Oh, right. Oh, I'm a freaking genius. I'm a freaking genius. I don't even need it. See, I told you that 10 damage would come back to bite them in the butt. They got way too greedy with the Fez and Stibbity. They got way too greedy with the Fez and Stibbity. I was thinking that I needed to do 220, but I forgot about the 10 damage. Special red card. Okay, well, that's fine. Because I'm doing 200 damage right now. And you gave me a Lilies. If you open up a bench space, that's great. Oh, but this could be bad. This could be bad. And I mean, I have my Fez. I can get another pumpkin, so I can do the full 280, but I really only need to do 230, right? But I promised the YouTube audience this would be in the... Oh, are they... Wait, what? Are they going for a call for family? I promised the YouTube audience this would be in the YouTube video, even if it's good or bad, because I have to show you the good and the bad. It's not my fault that I went on to win. You know, I try to show you the most entertaining games. That's the thing. I do cherry pick, but not in the way you think. I cherry pick in the sense that I only highlight the best games, win, lose, or draw. I mean, if it's a draw, I definitely show that, because sudden death, no one believes me. Everyone's like, I've never seen sudden death before. And it's like, well, there you go, bro. Oh, wow. That's not great. All right, there's a stamp, which I can't use. And then I knock out the Toxel, go down to 2 prizes. There's a boss's Horse Douvre. Okay, well, I think in this situation, honestly, preserving the Lily's Clefairy seems good. Out of all the things, preserving the Lily's Clefairy seems like the best bet. And I got the best butt. So let's go attach to you. And then let's Night Stretcher that Frostlass back, baby. Oh, that's a snow. What? I thought it wasn't, don't worry about it. I thought I had a Frostlass. I did not. I did not have a Frostlass. Again, multiple oopsies this game, but you know, you sort of check out after playing 4 Dragapult decks and 3 Zoroark decks, and then 2 of those Mega Lopunny Wally's Compassion decks. You know, all not great matchups for you. Oh. Okay, well, they can't... Oh, they can knock out my Snow Runt. They can take a Mega Prize turn. I think they might be out of energy, though, right? No. Huh. Okay, well, I got a little too greedy. That's my bad. Because now they can knock out the Snow Runt. But maybe they have to knock out the Gourgeist, right? If they don't get an energy switch or an energy... Remember when I hit a Lily's with Ghostly Touch? But they're currently 1 short of doing anything. But the way this is going to work out is they can take the Monkey Dory, they can take 30 from the Absol, knock out the Snow Runt, or if they have to go for the Gourgeist, that's oh, they got the Snow Runt. Damn it. You know, I really thought I had a Frostlass in the discard pile. I got too overexcited, and you know what happens when I get a little overexcited. There's Secret Box, so they'll go for Energy Switch, which means they definitely have what they need now. So remember when I got rid of a card from their hand and it was hilarious, and then they ended up winning the game anyway? Remember when that happened? Wait, if they've Toxtricity'd twice, and then they Night Stretcher for the 3rd attachment. Wow, okay. That is wild that they just got it all like that. Well, YouTube audience, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I, overplayed my hand. You know, if I hadn't been so flippant, if I would just let them knock out the Lily's Clefairy, I could have won this game. Which, yes, I understand is very funny. Hilarious. I'm the funniest person in the world. All right, so I need Unfair Stamp. I need Risky Ruins. I don't need that. I definitely cannot use that. I have to get a Risky Ruins off this Fez. Oh, this game is great. This game is awesome. Yeah, I can't win now. That's fantastic. Well, let's go. Yeah, I needed Risky Ruins, because now everything is not awesome. I can't attack with anybody. Nobody is going to be damaged enough because I can't get a Frostlass. This is where a Mulga would be really good. This is where a Mulga would have been great. Yeah, look at 3 Risky Ruins. Couldn't get them. Okay, so I have to go Meowth. That's wrong. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. No YouTube game. I'm hating my life right now. This deck is cursed. And that was a Clefairy game anyway. You can tell my brain is fried by the mistakes that I'm making. All right, so let's go for Gourgeist Bronzong. The hell is this? Petrol, Watchtower, Risky Ruins. Sure, let's try some Bronzong. Yeah, you can tell I've been playing too long, playing way too much Dragapult and stuff, but maybe we can run it back. Okay, we're not going to get to 10 losses. We're going to win with a 500 win percentage. We're going to have a 500 win percentage. We're going to go on a 2-game winning streak, guaranteed. This is going in the YouTube video no matter what. You're going to watch the Mighty Ducks movie? Okay, this is a terrible start, but it's actually fine. If we're going first, this is totally fine. We're going second. Oh, but it's Lucario. I told you, 2-game win streak. 2-game win streak, baby. Please be Lucario. Please be Lucario. Please. I don't ask for much. Just give me Lucario. Oh, it's a Roulette. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so Roulette is a very interesting matchup. Okay, I was going to say I have good news and I have bad news, YouTube audience. The good news is that my opponent did nothing, but they did do something. They went and got a Char Cadet. They did seem to have to burn it down like their Nickelback, though, which is really good for us. You know, down a Night Stretcher. They're only down 5. Okay. And I have an unplayable hand. Fantastic. And everything was going great until I didn't get an unplayable hand. Or until I didn't get a playable hand. All right, so... Okay, I was worried there was no Bronzor. All right, so let's go for Snorunt. And then we do the thing. I have to go telepathic into this. Oh, man, I really got to do it this way. This is unfortunate. And then we go Monkey Dory, Bronzor. And do I really? Nah, Heart of the Cards, baby. Heart of the Cards all day. All right, so we got a Frostlass. I have a Bronzong in my hand that I can't use because that's not going to work that way. All right, so let's just go end turn. But Ceruledge would be a fun matchup if I had playable cards in my hand. But, oh, and they had the Ceruledge. Let me guess, they also have a Fire Energy. Yep, fighting and then fire, and that's cool. But I can hit into the Ceruledge, and that'll be bad for us. I can hit into Ceruledge. I have the Frostlass, so the Lunatone and the Drillbur will hopefully die at some point. Oh, they're giving me a Drillbur? Okay. Even when things are going bad, they're going well. So if all they do this turn is Cosmic Beam, right? I assume they have like a Carmine or something because their luck is better than mine. Prism Tower is good. Yep, they got it. Oh, God. All right, well, they're going to get Air Balloon Fire Energy, and then I'm going to hate life. But how's that different than any other day? We will get the Pumpkin. I was going for the Bronzor because I thought, oh, they had a 2 or 3 card hand. So there's a chance I can just, I can lock them out of the game by playing Evolution Jammer. But right now, I can do a ton of damage to this Ceruledge. I just have to, unfortunately, bench somebody I don't want to. Right, because I can Mist Energy, I can do the thing. They have overplayed their hand, literally. This will be 2 free prizes on the double Drillbur. Hopefully I can knock out the Lunatone. The problem is if they have an Air Balloon, we're screwed. Okay, we have a Chansey. We have the slightest of chances. What the hell is that? Okay, that's fine. I do that. I have to believe. Everyone, press 1 if you believe in the Heart of the Cards. Press 1 if you believe. Technically, that's good, right? Technically, that was good. Technically, that got us something. All right, so I can do big damage to the Cerule Edge. The question is, like, I could retreat and do something, but I think I just have to put as much damage on the Cerule Edge. You know, let this guy take a hit. You know, because we can't assume they don't have it like that. I'm just going to have to try and take multiple prizes on the Drillbur and the Lunatone. And then just kind of hope, right? We're living off our top deck. I Prism Towered. We believed in the heart of the cards and we got punished. But I'm like a darkness energy away from doing something. I'm a psychic energy away from doing something. We're very close to doing the thing. And that's fine because I was always planning on knocking this out with Monkey Dory anyway. But I might just lose based on PDCGL hating my face. And I think I might go back to the Trevenant build for one last game just to... Because we have to get a Trevenant game, right? All right, there's Abysmal Flames. That's okay. I'm going to Badoo. And I'm going to Bwin. And they need to beware. All right, so if I just get like a Darkness Energy, I win. That's a monkey. Okay. We're still, you know, I could have saved that monkey for a Prism Tower play next turn with my top deck. But I'm going to have to sacrifice the Bronzong. They're going to be at 2 prizes before I do anything. But, you know, maybe we'll be fine. You know, maybe things will be great. I've come back from worse situations than this, right? I've come back from worse and not lost games. We're still good. We're still good. They're going for the Frostlass, aren't they? Oh, man. Okay. Oh, they're going for the Bronzong. Wait, I was going to give you the Bronzong next turn just to let it die. Joke's on you. I was going to give you the Bronzong next turn. If they knock out the Frostlass, they win the game. Maybe they took mercy on me. Maybe they were like that Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson movie that nobody saw this year. They took mercy on me. Okay. Again, we're just like a playable card away from winning the game. It is so simple. Just have a playable card, win the game. It is the simplest strategy in the world, and we can't even do that. Okay. We are fine. We're going to go Badoo. We're going to get Endorse. Do you endorse this deck? We're going to get a Darkness Energy, and then I'm going to win. That is the guarantee. No. No. Bad PDCGL. Bad PDCGL. All right, we're going to have the greatest comeback in history. You're not going to believe the comeback. We're going to give them the, I guess, the more damaged Monkey Dory. Because they're not going to think, oh no, my pumpkin can't even do it. I got to go back to Trevenant. I'm leaving myself a note. Maybe I got to include one of the other games in here, one of the losses. Oh my God. Okay, they figured it out. All right, well, I can still win if I get a playable card, right? Right? I can still win if I get a playable card. Definitely, right? Totally, right? We're still just a playable card away from winning the game. The simplest thing you've ever seen. You know, we have a 1 in 35 chance of winning. I like those odds. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. 1 second here. Things are happening. Okay, so if I go, I need Hilda for Frostlass though, right? I need Hilda for Frostlass for sure. All right, so that'll be Frostlass, Telepathic, and then Frostlass down. This is insane. Did I just win this game? Am I the greatest PDCGL player in history? Yes, I am. All right, so Adrenabrain. I knock out the Cerule Edge. because I'm edging right now. I needed to do that to bypass the legacy energy. Okay, that's a Pokepad. That's useful? That's useful, question mark? All right, Pokepad. If I have another Monkey Dory, I think I have to take it here. Okay, Monkey Dory, Monkey See, Monkey Dory. And yeah, they can Sol Rock and take the KO. And I think I have to let them, right? I have to, because what am I doing next turn? I'm obviously attacking with Gourgeist next turn. Yeah, I guess it's just Itchy Pollen and Hope. No, because they can knock it out, right? There's no way they're going to boss 3 turns in a row, right? I'm knocking out double Drillbur, and then I can maybe do something. Like I can't, evolve. If I evolve, they just win the game, right? That is 100% guaranteed. They just win the game. But I think I win the game now if I Crispin, right? If I Crispin, I win the game. Because that's 2 prizes on the Drillbur, that's a prize on the Solrock, and that's a prize on the Lunatone. I was going to say, I don't even need to do anything, and I just win. Oh my god, I'm the best PDC. This is terrible. These games have been terrible, and I hate my life, and I hate this deck. But the Trevenant build is kind of fun, and when this deck works, it can be kind of okay. The problem is that the deck just never worked. It just never worked for me, right? Like, I see how this can work. It's just I faced Dragapult, which apparently is a bad matchup. I faced 3 Zoroark, bad matchup. I faced, the Lopunny, Wally's Compassion deck, and this deck tops out at 280. So maybe you do want to try a Maximum Belt build for the Mega Lopunny. That would have helped a long time ago. Maybe you can help against the Mega Lopunny deck, against the Frostlass, Wally's Compassion deck. I didn't even play Risky Ruins and I won that game. And yeah, so don't try the Bronzong deck. The Alakazam one, that one's really good. Of course, I faced a Mega Lopunny deck that had all the things, but I told you, YouTube audience, this is going to be in the YouTube video no matter what. And it's not like I cherry-picked that game or anything. All right, so that was Cock Block with Cerule Edge. Lopunny game 1 versus Alakazam with all that mist energy. All right, so we'll go back to the Trevenant build. And Professor Oak, damn straight. Damn straight. So we'll try Trevenant one more time. I think I can edit out an Emolga. Yeah, that's fine. I have special red card. I have 3 bosses, 3 Colress. I mean, I probably don't need 3 bosses. I probably don't need 3 Wondrous Patch either. So let's go. Yeah, I can put in 2 Pokegear. That seems good. 2 Pokegear on this one. I also don't need 7 of that. Where's the Ultra Balls? That's what I was forgetting. I need Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball, I need 2 of those. Right? 1, 2, and then maybe I can cut a Colress and go for a Hilda. And then, yeah, we go to 5 of that. Because you don't really need to use that many Wondrous Patch. And it's like, if I have Colress and Hilda, and yeah, I guess I can cut Morty's and go for 2 Hilda. And Azul, thank you for the raid. I take it that Indy is over. What are we? The Last Crusade? Because that's where Indy should have ended. And Incineroar, if you didn't know, if you have more than 59 of a card, so like I have 55 Black Belts training. Once I get 4 more, that'll be the end of it. But yeah, if you didn't know, if you have more than 59, it has an infinity symbol. Just PDC GL can't count past 60. But welcome in everybody from Azul Stream. If you have yet to redeem these codes, redeem those codes. And Chaos Rising 26 and TCGL Build and Battle, those get you all the free stuff. And then if you want to see, the build and battle mode, obviously check out my draft video. But thank you, Azul. Let me give a shout out. But yeah, I can't bring myself to enjoy last format. That's the thing. That's why I don't care about Indianapolis, is it's complete last format. And I was talking about this earlier on the stream. we're just finishing a perfect order tournament IRL, and on Monday, we're literally, what the hell is this crap? Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Am I going first or second? I'm going second. This is bad. This is very bad. I think I have to go for Phantom. But it's a perfect order tournament happening IRL. And I lose this one. Perfect timing with that Azul raid because we lose this game. Perfect timing. Terrible. Oh, wait. This is even worse. Oh, wait. Don't worry. This is even worse. All right. Well, Lil Pump, I guess I choose you. And then we'll go Lily's Determination. Is there any world where I win this game? It feels like there isn't. Right? I mean, I can bump all their stadiums. That's good. And then, yeah, as soon as I switch away from the Frostlass build, and then is there any card that can do anything for me here? Like, Cursed Toots doesn't do it. Yeah, there's just nothing I can really do right now. I don't want to lose the stadium game because I think that's the only way I'm going to win is if I can out-stadium them. So let's go you down, thin the deck a little bit more. And yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here other than call the Yankees my daddy. But if you're from the Azul stream, type 69 and I'll know you're here. So if you came over from Azul watching last format and you're like, damn, I wish I could watch, some current format. I want to see this Chaos Rising format. I really wish I could see the Gourgeist deck. Well, you watch the worst game possible. So you know what? To entertain the lot of you, I will concede we'll go to another game because I want you to be entertained. Did anyone do this on stream? Because they would, if someone did that in real life, they would get a penalty and they wouldn't be able to, they'd lose their prize money. But if you do it on PDCGL, it's fine. So if you ever see anyone jump up and down on stream after they win, or if they fart on their opponent's face, that is allowed because that is what they are promoting in their own game. So remember that. Remember that next time you're watching the stream. If you type in, wow, I really hope they celebrate by farting in their opponent's face, then you can do that. That's allowed. They encourage that. They want you to do that. They want you to jump up and down and say, looks like I had the right tactics to take this home. I'll catch you on the next flight. Thanks for testing. A good player can play a bad hand well. So you must be a terrible player. All right, so we're going first. We have an unplayable hand. This has been what the stream has been so far. 3 hours with this. Oh, I have Shaman. But I have an unplayable hand. Yes, I have Shaman, but I also have an unplayable hand. Okay, that's bad, but we're fine. Yeah, only the women. All right, I don't really know how I'm supposed to win this game, but I can still believe in the heart of the cards, can I? All right, we have the Shaman. That's great. I have the Phantom. I really wish I had a way to do anything, but I kind of just have to sacrifice the Pumpkaboo, I guess. But the reason that I'm attaching to the active Pumpkaboo is what if I get a playable card? Right? What if I get a playable card off the top of my deck and it's a Gourgeist? Right? What if I get a Lily's or a Hilda or just something playable? Then I can do 140 to the Kangaskhan and set it up for a knockout later. I can also use Trevenant to take the KO, but I'm literally in a situation where I want them to, beat me off a little bit. Just a little bit to activate Unfair Stamp. And you're probably wondering, but Toilet, why didn't you go and get the Shaman? Because I don't want them to know that I have the Shaman. I want them to be under the assumption that Shaman does not exist in this deck. Okay, well, they're doing all the right things because then they're going to play this a little bit differently, right? They're not going to focus on going after the Shaman. They're going to bench lock themselves. They're going to go for a Smoochum if they have one. They're going to retreat into the Smoochum. They're going to attach 2 to a... Oh. Okay. Well, I have to put it into play. That is non-negotiable. So that has to go down. This is kind of unfortunate. And then I think, I mean, I don't need to do too much here, but I have to put Pumpkaboo down as well. And then I think I have to Pokepad for, oh, I guess just another Phantump? That feels so bad, though. And they're going to have Metagross, so yeah, the Unfair Stamp is going to have to come in clutch here for us. I think I just go for the Phantump because this is, like, guaranteed damage. And then, believe it or not, the 20 damage from the Stampede might have helped if I had a Risky Ruins, but of course I don't have one of those. But you wouldn't believe how hard it is to find Risky Ruins in a deck that has 4 Risky Ruins and multiple Colress and multiple Pokegear. It seems like it's almost impossible. It's nigh impossible. All right, so there's Cypher Maniac. This is just such a cool combo. Is they put the Slowking on top of the deck, and then whoever they want to discard right after, and then I can Unfair Stamp them and make them hate life, and it's great. But I'm in a situation where I need to evolve this Pumpkaboo and find 2 Trevenant, I think. I could have gone for the Emolga and guaranteed that I just damaged my entire bench, but then I'd be down 2 prizes against the Slowking deck, and they have access to Metagross. So I know it was a little riskier than maybe it should have been, but I'm going to get my butt blown out, right? I don't want to get my butt blown out too early. I want them to have to work for it a little bit. So this should just be, well, they have to lose somebody. Maybe they'll get rid of a Slowking. Technically, getting rid of a Slowking isn't the dumbest thing in the world right now. And I was wrong about, oh, they have to lose all energy. I was wrong about the Cypher Maniac. You just get 2 cards and, yeah, you do the thing. So, yeah, I was slightly incorrect about the Slowking. But that's the funny thing is they have to get rid of somebody to knock out everybody on my side of the field. So we have a slight chancey. They'll put the 1 energy back. They will need Wondrous Patch. And, I mean, me knocking out the Slowking kind of helps. Ooh, there's a Telepathetic Energy. Unfortunately, I'm never going to find a Risky Ruins, am I? Risky Ruins just doesn't exist in this deck. All right, so Pumpkaboo. I'm going to have a bunch of Phantump. Oh, we have... Oh, this is the Mystery Garden build. Right. Okay. Literally a Gourgeist does not do it. I need more than just a Gourgeist. I need some playable cards. Okay, that's a playable card. We got a Trevenant. That's going to be a little bit of damage. Okay, so I need... All I need to win this game is Gourgeist Trevenant or Gourgeist Pokepad. That's it. We're going to draw 8 cards. We're going to see, what, 14 cards this turn? Oh, PDCGL, your sense of comedic timing is impeccable as always. All right, well, maybe they don't got it like that, right? You know, you never know, right? They might not got it like that. I guess I Wondrous Patch to the Trevenant. And then we go, yep, Stampede. Oh, this is just so indicative of everything that has gone wrong with Gourgeist. I don't know how many times I can say it, but Azul viewers, if you're watching this and you're like, damn, I wanted to see Gourgeist do well, it's just me. It is not Gourgeist that is the problem here. It is me. It is the fact that I'm playing this game. I'm not using the streamer client. That's my problem, is I should be using the streamer client and I'm not. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so I win. I win the game if I just get a Gourgeist again. Okay, if I just get a Gourgeist, the game is over and I win. Oh, dear God. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. I can prevent them from playing the game? This is insane. Okay, Pokepad out the Phantump. My options are not great. I also have, you know, 2 Hilda and 2 Ultra Ball and 2 of the thingy things. So let's see. If this is a Hilda... Okay, this is a Hilda. Now I have a choice to make. None of them are good. Because if I go into the dude that's bad... Like, if I go into this guy, they can't attack, but then I'm just kind of stuck. But how much damage am I doing? Actually, I'm doing enough. Okay, so I'm doing enough next turn to knock out the Slowking with Trevenant. The problem with this strategy is that it's going to put them back on even prizes, right? So I wanted to have them knock out 3 Gourgeist to win the game, but instead I'm in a situation where it's just like, oh, you have to knock out 1 Trevenant, then 2 Gourgeist to win the game. But Cursed Toots prevents them from attaching energy to the defending. You are the worst game ever made. This freaking game. I hate this game so much. All right, so if I can, I don't know if I have another air balloon, but I don't care. Okay, I'm going for the overwhelming pain. I do not care. This is, I have a switch, I have an air, I don't care, okay? I don't care what the right move is. I'm just putting everybody into play. I'm taking the knockout. God, literally the next card. Yeah, so this is why I need to be like Azul and I need to be on the streamer client, but I'm not, unfortunately. I'm on the regular boring client. But they are in a situation where they need Energy, Academy at Night, Wonders Patch. If they don't Energy, Wonders Patch, Academy at Night, then I'm just kind of in this game. And I win. Okay, wait, that's a Cypher Maniac, so if they don't have the card they need in hand, that's really good. So they need like a 3-card combo off of the Cypher Maniac. Maybe they'll have a Fez as part of that, right? Maybe they'll Kangaskhan for like Wonders Patch Fez if they have a Fez. But they need, yeah, they have 2 pieces of it, but they need an Academy at Night. There is no way. Oh, dear God. Okay, but, oh my God. This game is going to be, okay, so they can hit Trevenant in the active for a perfect KO, and then they can hit double Gourgeist, but that is fine. This is actually fine. Because I'm going to knock out their Slowking. They're only taking 1 prize. I'm going to knock a card out of their hand. And it turns out Ghostly Touch is kind of goated. But yeah, they have to hit double Gourgeist because remember, Shaman only protects non-EXs. So that's why they could hit them. It's like that doesn't protect non-EXs. All right, so I just have to hunt the Slowking now, I guess. And yeah, I can put the Phantom down, which seems fine. The question is, who do I want to attach to? I guess I go Wonders Patch onto this guy. And then Telepathic on you. As much as I want to Lilies and try to find something, like I have game in hand, right? I just need to boss this Slowpoke or the Slowking and then I win. Really, really helpful there, PDCGL. All right, so if you haven't watched the Chinchino gameplay video on YouTube, which is the previous video before this one, I believe that I played, okay, that's fine. I believe I played against Gourgeist, and in that Gourgeist game, they hit back-to-back times they used Ghostly Touch. They hit the 2 cards they could not hit. So keep that in mind as I remind myself, I can't remember the lyrics, but just keep that in mind as I hit their Shaman and not their Telepathic Energy. But I think I win now, because I'm goated like that. Yeah, well, I explained in due time. All I know. Time is a valuable thing. Did you watch it fly by as the pendulum swings? All right, let's and Owen McCupcake. I'm gonna frost that cupcake for you. Press 1 if you want to see me frost Owen's cupcake. Yeah, see, this is what always happens. Every extended damage Regis. Who are you? Are you Trust Your Pilot in disguise? All right, so there's a Frisky Ruins. Of course, we prized one. Well, I got the extent. So I guess this is if your opponent goes after Kangaskhan and doesn't knock it out, then you extended damage Regis. Ah, there we go. That's what always happens when I play Slowking, and it's why I shy away from it, even with all the good new cards like Metagross. Well, I mean, it's just Metagross. But I just always run out of steam. You always get in these situations. You get a fast start. You're like, oh my God, Slowking's amazing. And then it's like you get stamped or you get touched by a ghost and it's one of those corporeal ghosts and their hands are all wet and slimy, and they're like, "Oh no, that's on purpose. It's like my feet are even wetter." And then you're like, "What? That makes no sense. You're a ghost. Ghosts are supposed to be see-through." It's like, "Oh, I can pass through you, but you'll get wet all over if I do that." And you're like, "That's horrifying." All right. Well, Azul, thank you for the raid because I got my final game against Low King. But it's like I had to cut out all the Dragapult games because they were just massacres. So I'll leave Dragapult and Zoroark and Mega Lopunny were cut because I never drew cards. All right, so wait, am I gonna raid the so Azul raided me after watching the thing. Am I gonna raid the repeat here? Am I gonna raid the repeat, or is there no active stream right now? Oh, there's no active stream. Don't they usually do like a rerun? All right, well, there's no rerun, so let's raid somebody. Let's raid Minty Mew VT. So I will see you all on Monday. On Monday, it'll be Delphox. So again, thank you, Azul, for the raid. Monday will be Delphox, and then I think Tuesday will probably be Avalugg or Chestnut. Just depends how Delphox goes. I don't think I want to do back-to-back stage 2s. I think it'll be Delphox, then Avalugg, then Chestnut, then like Claydol or something, or Metagross. You know, just depends how it goes. But I'll see you then.